All right, welcome back to another episode of the Manifest Podcast. Today we're going to be taking a look at Paragon 4. Stick around in the next couple weeks. We're going to be with Bob Grubba on this channel and a model railroad news first look video with Tony Cook, and we're going to talk about the same topic, Paragon 4. But today we're here with a group of our regular over-opinionated, steam-obsessed model railroaders today. So to my right...
Hey,
excuse me, we're perfectly normal.
I'm not steam obsessed, okay?
Well,
I know.
okay.
I'm just not gonna even say anything. Just
okay.
introduce us.
Yeah, I don't even know if we should still stick with this introducing because it gets weird after a while. To my right is Sam. To my bottom is Clint. To my black box is Cameron.
Oh, good.
Oh boy. So we brushed on Paragon 4 here a little bit before. But being the group that we are with the things that we often say, we thought it would be a good idea to take an actual look at Paragon 4. So I think this sums it up the best. So let's get started here. So when you guys heard about Paragon 4, what did you think? We're going to pull up the page in a second, but we've all seen it.
Yeah, we've seen it, but I'm looking forward to hearing it. Like, I really want to know.
Well, I guess the sound's the most important.
Well, it's kind of cool. Like, I like the idea of their proto lighting. Like, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Being able to program each individual lighting function, but I'm really curious to see what they've done with the sound. See if that's improved at all. But we'll see. So
cool. Well, if that's all we have to say, then let's get started on the page. Today, Broadway Limited announced some diagrams of their different prototype-specific toolings for their new Jeep switcher that's coming out. I forget what exactly it is, but they showed their SP version and the Union Pacific version and all the different variations they have. So detail is actually supposed to be one of the big things that they're improving on in Paragon 4. So we'll see how that pans out. Let me share my screen here and we can take a look at Paragon 4. It would probably be nice if, I don't want to hit entire screen because then that would show if I got a text. Whatever, we're gonna go entire screen.
you don't be able to see your DMs, Drew. What's going on? What's going on?
Disable notifications while sharing.
Packed?
Allow. Oh, okay. So can you see my screen?
Oh, we can see.
Yes, we can see
that's
multiple
good.
of your
Yeah, I
screen.
said something about my track coach earlier because she yelled at us, and if I get a response from the person that I sent that to in an equally vulgar tone, then that would
Drew,
be quite
run
awkward.
faster! Why are you so damn slow?
Okay, no, it was about social distancing, so whatever.
Stop getting
Taking a
close
look-
to all the girls. Never mind. Go ahead.
So we're navigating to the Rolling Thunder. This was the one page that nobody really discovered until a week after it was online. Everybody just kind of looked at the Paragon 4 page, and nobody's really talked about this.
Didn't we
So-
go over this?
No, we went over the one that's on the steam engine page. We went over this one.
That's the only
And
one
we
that
just
matters.
recorded all the dots, and then John Abaticola came back, and he's like, "Did you discover what's new with Paragon 4 yet?" So, then we didn't. But then I saw this page, and it explained a lot. And you guys ran about this afterwards. But the one last thing I want to add before this conversation potentially gets out of hand is that this whole section right here and all the bug fixes, because a whole bunch of the negative stuff there is around Broadway Limited is usually about the bugs with their proprietary electronic system. And in this paragraph, they really describe that every single known problem they've had, they tried to fix. And if you've gone through the Facebook Live event they really elaborated on this. So let's get to some ranting here. It's just silent.
Well, Drew, let's see. So let's read this. So we also took time to fix every bug and problem we are aware with our decoders. For example, the smoke unit. No, I'm just joking. For example, we put in a more robust motor drive circuit and improved our motor control software to smooth out some of the mid-speed jerkiness and reduce the chance of a burned out drive circuit. Did you guys ever have that problem? I don't remember ever having that problem with any of my models.
I don't even know what that means.
That was a Challenger thing, I'm pretty sure. Because the Challengers would have degrading performance until they finally didn't move. And mine was, I had one that I returned and one that I got back from repair. After the one hobby shop, they said, you need to stop returning these. So I sent it in and they fixed it.
Stop returning your broken product that we sold you. How dare you?
It was
Get your life together, kid. You only spent $400.
How dare you get treated correctly?
So for people who bought a Challenger, that's good. Okay. So then moving forward, we solved some programming track issues that affected Decoder Pro users, and we made it impossible to change address-related CVs while the train is moving to eliminate problems on club layouts. I thought that was pretty cool.
I never had a problem with that. But then again, I never really used Decoder Pro to program any of my Broadway models.
Well,
so
you think about what Garrett, who comes on here, does, and he has those huge layouts, like those NMRA convention layouts where just everybody brings something. And you figure how many people are going to have like a 611, right? And so, now first come, first served on the 611, and then everybody else has to change their address.
Well, normally when you're part of a club, everyone's got a unique address ID that they have to follow.
Yeah.
So that kind of absolves you of having that problem. Like they'll give you two unique characters that you have to have at the beginning or at the end of each Dakota. So that's not normally an issue.
We're not that organized on the East Coast.
Yeah. Damn it, Drew. All right. But
all right.
I mean, at least that prevents people from like pranking you and like, hijacking your train and then messing with it.
I mean, yeah, unless they know you're
Speed step 95. Let's go, boys.
Put momentum on max.
Well, sorry.
Go ahead, bro.
We sewed at the same time.
No, go ahead.
No, you go. I have nothing to say.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to ask, so what are you most excited about with Paragon 4 so far from what you know?
I mean, the bug fixes, because the lighting's great, the capacitor's great, the slow mode operations, which I'm sure we'll talk about later, is great. But the bug fixes, I think, are the biggest thing that everybody's talking about. And there's something they never publicized at all that I saw in a Facebook comment made by Broadway Limited. They said they redid all the sounds.
Wait,
yes. I'm surprised nobody said that in any other press, and that's something I want to bring up when we have Bob on the channel soon.
Actually,
go ahead, Sam.
They did. That Facebook video that they made, or they were live.
It was in a comment, right?
No, they said on their video that they, Bob and Ken were talking about it, and they said that they redid all the sound files, so that everything will sound new.
So that's exciting.
See, I don't remember them saying that. I remember him saying that they looked at their sounds, and they said that they compared their sounds to other sound decoders on the market, their competitor sound decoders, and they said that they were very happy with the way that their engine sounded. What they decided to do is they changed the speaker baffle in a lot of the engines.
They said that too.
And
they've said different things, and that's kind of weird.
But I don't remember him saying that they changed all the sounds.
I remember him saying that they had new sound files, and they were.
So the Facebook comment that they said. Now that I think about it, it wasn't all, but it was a substantial amount. Like they went through and because some don't need to be changed in the reality of it, but a large number do. And I think they were saying that, some of the stuff that sounded kind of iffy, like maybe, I don't want to say anything, but if we're constructive criticism, maybe the Challenger and the big boy at high speed, it kind of sounds weird. So maybe if they improve that. But the fact that they're acting on that is a huge move.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? Like I'm happy that they're taking steps to improve the sound quality, because look, a lot of people we've had people come on the show, people in the comment section, you go on the Facebook groups, people always talk about they don't like Broadway Limited sounds. For years, I've personally enjoyed Broadway sounds. I think
absolutely
with certain models, they miss the mark, but
The majority.
well, here's the thing.
No, I'm saying the majority they set. The majority they do it right. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the vast majority of their engines, I do enjoy.
I'm not saying the majority are wrong. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good.
We're live.
I'm just I'm just hoping that at some point, and I wish that they had done this with Paragon 4. I hope that at some point they give us the ability to like customize the sound files ourselves, to be able to go into their sound library and upload sound files into our own models, because they have the ability to do that from the factory. So it'd be nice to get that technology in hand.
But I don't think we're gonna see that, and I could understand why, because it's all proprietary and they want you to use theirs. But just that we're seeing any sort of large stride like that, and the fact that they're redoing all their sounds after 4 generations, that's a big step. So I mean, it's just exciting.
Well, the thing is, it would still be proprietary. If they were to do it, it'd still be using their software. It'd still be I'm not talking about like being able to upload your own custom sound file, even though that would be kind of cool too.
Oh,
but what I'm talking about is going to Broadway Limited's website, them having all of their sounds for every engine that they've ever done, and then maybe even some files that we've never heard, and being able to pick from a list, listen to each one, pick, drag and drop it, and then download it through Decoder Pro onto your engine. That would be sick.
I just want a hooter whistle for my Chuff Revolution. Is that too much to ask for Broadway?
Wait, you talking about like that? The whistle plays every time?
Every rotation.
Oh my god, bro!
128 speed steps.
Oh yeah. This is really unrelated, but I came across this yesterday. Did you see Strasbourg, and there were something happened. They almost hit each other.
What?
I came across this yesterday. I just
share it right now. Share it.
It was near miss. Okay, and oh my god, it was with back when they had 31/73/12 running.
Strasbourg is just a single track, isn't it?
It was a near miss. I don't know how they didn't see each other, because they didn't crash, but it's as near a miss as you can get with one track. So here,
like a mile of track and a sighting.
They're running 15 miles an hour. That was really close, boys.
Okay. 2 seconds. Why won't it let me allow? Oh, I need to.
No way that was on.
I'm gonna share. Okay.
And you can see the other train.
Okay, so see. Oh, credit so I don't get copyright strike. You see his name. That's good. Okay.
You can zoom in what the?
Well, I'm on a laptop, so I can do fancy things like that.
Where's the audio, sir?
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Drew.
Okay, so here I'm gonna hit. We're down to 6 viewers. Oh no. Whatever. Entire screen. Shoot. I can't do that. Browser has blocked your screen.
Wow.
I swear to God. So
some of the inappropriate content. You want to send it to me and I can share it?
Yeah, why don't you do that? You're better at screen sharing, because my computer doesn't like when I do that.
Send it to me over the book.
I'll put it in there's like a StreamYard chat. So I don't know. I even know how we got on this topic.
Did you put it on the Discord? On the
private, there's a StreamYard private chat.
On the Discord?
Yeah. On the StreamYard.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, okay, in here.
StreamYard.com/37R4DISI5J.
I got the link.
Yep.
Why did you save the whole link on stream?
Well, I don't let people in, so nobody's gonna hack this stream.
He's selfish. So
yeah. Oh, I saw somebody else pop up. It was your screen share. I'm like, oh God, what happened?
It's like, who was this?
It all happens in the first couple minutes. Right. So,
all right, boys. Let's see what we got going on here.
Skip. No. Skip back, and you can hear the firemen say, "Stop the train." Yeah, just turn it to full screen and watch.
Whoops, that's theater mode. What is this?
Okay. Listen. That was stop the train. And then he mutes it because there's a whole bunch of people cursing. And then you can see another train's right there.
What in the actual? Hold on.
Yeah, that's pretty shocking.
How do you mess that up?
Exactly.
Two trains running and you somehow get them opposing each other.
And they were both regularly scheduled. It's not like there was a charter, and one was right in front of the other. It's like, how did you not see that? But
Yeah,
whatever.
there's one section of track. Like I'm confused as to what's happening here.
Yeah.
It's not like he came in off a branch line.
But
like,
then, so the switch is sprung, so he has to go forward, go all the way back, and then come all the way forward so that the other guy can go backwards. I don't know. But then you can skip forward, and they stop next to each other.
What are these kids doing?
It's an amusement park on both sides, and it's split by the train, so they actually have to like.
No, I'm
divide
sorry.
it.
This is so random. With these kids, like there's almost a train wreck, and these kids are just playing.
No, okay. So go 3 minutes
we-
ahead to like the middle of what's left, and you can see they pull up next to each other, and they just stop. You can imagine what goes on right there.
This is a sexy shot right here. Hey, check that out. Okay. See, that's what I love, man. One steam engine waiting while the other one's passing by.
Well, and you don't understand. They're about to scream at each other, so you know.
Bro,
They're about to have a fist fight, and we're like, man, look at that track.
So here, two
do you know
regularly
how far
scheduled
behind we
excursions
are because
almost
of you?
crash, and then they stop next to each other so that the crews can yell at each other right now. Like it jams on the brakes all of a sudden right now.
Hey, bro.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
Just imagine what conversation went on right there. Whatever, that's all I had to show, but all that
This is
from
amazing.
NW Hooter Whistles.
This is amazing.
I know, that was great.
I would have watched the whole
So
thing.
so one of them almost hit the other one that was like way ahead there.
Exactly. Well, way ahead is in, you know.
They were going opposite
Yeah.
directions, so it was about to be a head-on
Oh,
collision.
they were coming at each other.
Yeah, so this one that's going in the siding was heading towards the one that's now waiting.
Yeah.
So
Well, I went
I
through
just want
all
to say
200
Mastodon
comments.
was at fault 100%
And-
there. He should have been in the hole.
Well, yeah, it was definitely 475's crew fault. But what happened was something happened. One of the crews didn't see the other, and a conductor pulled the emergency brake, or I guess they didn't stop it. So I don't know. It's an interesting comment section to read. But back to Broadway Limited. I'm sorry, I just saw that, and I wanted to share
That
it.
train
was
stopped
He
fast.
was looking at his timetable. I was like, hey, I think we're supposed to be stopping about now.
No, it's fine.
We're
I don't
not
see
stopping.
anything.
Somebody stop this train.
no, this is my railway. I'm going to run it the way I want to do it.
Oh well,
Oh,
I just
man.
think it's funny how that kind of stuff happens. But whatever.
It's such a Trains 2006 moment right there.
Oh man! All right, let me stop.
Back to Paragon 4.
But yeah,
Anyway.
we were talking about the being able to, put your own sounds from Broadway Limited's files, and I think they're heading in that direction. Even if it's not directly, they're heading there at some point because they are making their engines more customizable. I mean, just by doing the lighting and even though this is like kind of just through CVs, but they are making progressions to that, which might be the end product.
Yeah.
Whether it happens in Paragon 4 or we get a blue line 2, they might do that.
Well,
But,
the only company I know that records their sounds, it's all their own sounds,
Swear to God.
is Broadway Limited,
Say it.
Rapido, Scaletrains. Sometimes I'm not sure if
We were all
Scaletrains.
just waiting for you.
I'm about to list.
And
So
there it is.
Atlas
There it
and
is.
Scaletrains are the other two who I know. Does Scaletrains do it? Because I think they do, but I'm not sure. I know
I don't-
Atlas does sometimes.
I'm not aware
So-
of Scaletrains recording their own sounds.
Oh, actually, okay. I don't
I'm
know. I
not
thought
sure.
they
They
did.
they might,
Yeah,
but
they-
I don't know.
I know Atlas does sometimes, but my point is, with their own recordings, you were
What's
saying how you could
TCS or
download it and install it onto something. They don't make those public. Like Rapido, if you need their sounds, they'll send you it on a decoder. Like they want it to be
Andy
secret
wants
because
to
they spent
fight.
the money to record it. So I don't see Broadway posting all their proprietary sounds online because that would just kind of be exposed for people to use it.
Well, that's the
Well, nobody
point.
else has done it.
That's the well, no, ESU's done it. ESU and QSI have both done it.
But they're a sound decoder company. They're meant for their sounds to be used.
But Broadway makes their own sounds.
That's the point. And here's the thing: a Broadway decoder is. See, here's the thing, and this is what separates Broadway from Rapido within the context of what we're talking about, right? In terms of sounds, the difference is that Rapido uses an ESU decoder, which is programmable. But Broadway Limited's decoder is already their own proprietary decoder. Yeah. You can't go and buy one and install it in another engine. So already the only thing you could do with it if you have a Broadway decoder is program Broadway files and put them in that. And also, who cares what people do with the sounds once they pay for the service? If I buy the access, if I pay for access to the library, and on top of that, I'm paying for.
So you're saying it's like a pay for access library. Yeah. So that would be a whole different thing then.
Not necessarily pay for access to the library, but let me put it to you this way: you pay for the programmer. So like they have the ESU Luck programmer.
Yeah.
If they had something like that for Broadway Limited, right, and you buy that, the only thing you could do is take those sounds and apply them to the. And let's say somebody does end up like taking that sound file and putting it in another engine somehow, some roundabout way. Cool, let them do it, but they're gonna have to fight through 10 miles of bad road to like convert the audio file. But the point is, most people are just gonna go through Broadway Limited's list of sounds and then take the sound and then put it on the decoder that they have that's a Broadway decoder. So it doesn't really hurt Broadway Limited.
So what you're saying is all the sounds are listed on Broadway's website with their own proprietary decoder programmer, and all the files are encoded or in some proprietary format that only works on the proprietary Broadway Limited decoder. Exactly. So people wouldn't have to pay for the sounds because they're using it only on Broadway products, not to put it in an ESU or a Soundtracks decoder.
Right.
So you're just downloading, let's say if you want a different chuff sound or if you want a different whistle, you could download all the Broadway whistles, put it on your Broadway locomotive. So you wouldn't be using it elsewhere, and I don't think you should have to pay for it. No. But so you use it, any of the Broadway sounds on your Broadway locomotive.
Exactly.
I really agree with that. That sounds like a great idea.
That would go ahead.
Because you couldn't use it elsewhere.
Exactly.
Well, I think they could do something because I would find it I'd find it frustrating to pay for it because it's just like, dude, I buy your products, so I should have access to your thing. Yeah. So it's just like, I think it'd be cool if they had like a code, and like when you buy an engine, you like get a little pamphlet that shows you how to use the program, and it's like an access code, and then you just type it in on the website, and it gets you the thing.
And that's the thing. Even if somebody does take the sound files and put them in a different decoder, let's say that was possible, right? What's the big deal?
Why does it matter?
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt Broadway in any way for people to do that. The whole point is their sales will increase because there are many of us who have skipped out on purchasing more Broadway Limited product because they have the same sound files. If you gave me the option to be like, look, doesn't matter what train you buy from us, you can change the sound to anything you want when you buy one of our I will buy twice as much as I already have because I can change the sound to anything. So,
I agree.
That sounds like,
and I don't even
that sounds like DCC ready, but with extra steps.
Well, no, it's just what the decoder manufacturers are doing. The other thing is too, if Broadway did something like this, it would set them apart from every other model railroad company on the market because no model railroad company produces trains and the sounds and gives you the option to program customize the sounds with their trains
because it's their decoder. They can do anything they want.
Exactly.
So I feel like Broadway has all the elements to be the best out there, but they just need to take that extra step into customization, and then that brings all those aspects together.
That's literally, in my opinion, the only component they're missing. Like Broadway as a whole, like their quality, in my opinion, has gotten better over the years since
Absolutely. And especially what Paragon 4 is supposed to be.
Yeah,
that's the other thing I want to see.
Here's the one thing.
Photos.
Here's another thing I'm super excited about is the railroad specific detail that they're gonna have on some of these models. I'm curious to see where they're gonna take that because I thought that was an interesting feature that they were pointing out. It actually makes me want to buy one of those Santa Fe. What are they? RD30s or something? What are they? What is it?
It's a road switcher. That's all we need to know.
Oh, I know. It's some kind of diesel. It looks kind of cool. So, but
It's the 2020.
It's
I'm pulling them up so I can overlay them in a second.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was about to look at it, but yeah, I'm super stoked for that. I think I might go ahead and purchase one of those on top of the Mikado that they've got coming out. But I'm probably gonna wait till that diesel goes on the what is this? This is a GP20.
I just said that.
Did you? I thought you said something else. Sorry,
I said GP20.
We both said GP20.
Yeah.
Well, shut up. No, I'm just joking.
How about you pay attention?
I wanted to say it too. Okay.
You wanted to be cool like us.
Yes.
Why won't this work? This will not work. Okay. I need to do this one by one because my computer's slow. Here, look at this first.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Okay.
Does the mirror not have a reflector on it?
So then we have different for Union Pacific.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't really see what the difference is between the
air conditioner.
The mirror.
Well, just leave it to Cameron to tell us all the differences between diesels.
Cameron, go ahead, break it down.
Well, you see where that Leslie horn is. That's where the air conditioner is on the Santa Fe unit.
Go back.
Okay, I have all the photos. I need to upload one more, and then we can really look at it. Okay.
And
so,
light
we
package.
have these 3 views, and so we can look at this.
Oh, okay.
So, the exhaust on the SP, angled, square.
Wait, go back to the UP one, or the last one, whatever one that was. Let me look at that again. I'm kind of with diesels. It's so hard for me to tell. Like I'm just like, oh, we got a radiator here, and all there's an air conditioner here, and there was a vent.
I struggle with that too.
There's a vent 3 centimeters to the left here. It's like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Like,
well, it helps that I model all 3 of these railroads, so I know the different things that they did to their locomotives.
Try hard. No, I'm just joking. That's cool. Blank number boards. I wish Santa Fe hadn't done that to the number boards, but that's still. I wonder if the number boards are gonna light up.
I think they will.
Like they do.
They
Same
probably
with the marker
will.
lights. The marker lights look like they light up too.
Yeah.
I hope they start doing the color changing marker lights.
That would be sick.
Because right now they've just been having like white or red marker lights, and that's fine. Like that's what a lot of other people do, but Rapido Scaletrains, come on. Like I feel like that would be a cool feature to add for Broadway. And maybe with their realistic lighting mode that they're doing, that'll be a part of it.
I think that they will start doing that. I'm curious to see if they'll start adding companies especially with the steam locomotives. They need to start adding firebox flicker. Like firebox flicker needs to be like a industry standard.
Because in the UK it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's wild. I didn't know that.
UK, Australia, everywhere except the US and Canada.
You're right. Firebox flicker is kind of a standard and it's really cool because when the lights are dimmed on your layout, you can see the glow of the firebox in your cab, and that's sick. It looks so cool to me.
I think you guys excited about like diesel stuff. I'm here. Well, not diesel stuff, but like the diesel road specific things. I want to get to the point where we've got road number specific steam engines that are like different.
But then I have to buy like 8 different steam engines.
And I feel like with Scaletrains entering the market, it's just like running a race, and I say that because I spent 8 hours at a track meet today, and it drove me insane.
Hey Andy, Jeep20.
Oh yeah,
there we go. Now we've all said it.
There we go. So I feel like with Scaletrains entering the steam market and even tooling their own
steam engine.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot the word steam engine for a second.
Wow.
I feel like they're gonna work off each other. Like in a race, somebody's right behind you and somebody's right in front of you. You're gonna keep going right in front of each other, right? You're going to keep driving with each other. And I feel like that's kind of what Scaletrains and Broadway are going to do. Like, let's say Scaletrains comes out with this next product and it has, oh, this is different on this engine versus this engine. And Broadway does that a lot, but I feel like maybe Broadway is going to take it to the next level if Scaletrains does that. And then they're just going to keep working off each other, because really, with them entering the market, Scaletrains and Broadway are going to be the only two people making good steam on a regular basis.
That's the hope.
One thing I saw in the comments. I didn't see this. And Athearn hasn't come out with like a new steam engine that's not a big boy in a long time, so that would be exciting.
I don't particularly take hints that seriously, but if that's true, that's really exciting.
14 hours?
Athearn makes nice steam.
Jesus.
So I didn't know that Athearn was hinting at a new steam locomotive. That's interesting.
I didn't know that either.
Steam has been kind of quiet in HO for a little while now in terms of new
Walters
releases.
tooling is like somewhere. That would be nice to have.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Walters.
Right.
I'd probably what is Walters actually? They're 080. I'd probably buy a Walters.
Malays.
Oh, they did have a Malay. Yeah, they had a 080, a Malay, an 060, a Berkshire. What else did they have? Was that pretty much those are the main ones?
I think that was
it.
Wow.
I mean, the problem is some of their Malays are like some of their Malays are like really like specific and good, and then the others are kind of like not quite there.
I don't know how much for HO, but I know for N they were basically just the N and W Y3.
Yeah,
and then they just painted them for every other road. So if you have an N and W one, it looks really good,
too, didn't they?
But if you have a Santa Fe one,
no, did Walters make a Mikado?
I don't think so.
Everybody, I think actually they didn't. I'm surprised. Everyone else did. MTH,
That's
Broadway.
probably why they didn't.
Athearn
made the Athearn one is old. I don't even.
Prehistoric.
They haven't come out. That hasn't been released in years. Like
they should re-release that. I think they.
I mean, they can, but I wouldn't get it. I mean, we have that same model by 4 other manufacturers.
I'm waiting for some road number specific Mikados or road name.
Okay, so while we're talking about that, that's a good tie-in back to Paragon 4 and what they're saying is going to be improvement in detail, because just like they showed with the GP20s, how there's all these different differences. That's quite a word.
Yeah,
but
can we pull see up the Mikado, the Santa Fe Mikado?
Yeah, they only have one photo they've posted that I can see. Maybe they have more, but maybe they're doing those prototypes number specific differences. So that would be cool to see.
I'm not sure. You know, with steam engines is kind of weird. I don't know if they're gonna.
Daniel gave us the exact mark that Athearn said that. I want to take a look at that. While you're pulling up the Mikado, I'm going to pull up this video.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem.
If my computer lets me share my screen, of course.
Because here's the thing: when it comes to Broadway Limited and their Mikado,
yell at me when I need to accept your screen share.
Okay, do your thing. Hang on. Steam.
Okay. It says 2748 mark. Okay, 2748.
Okay, they have a few photos of the. This is what I want to do. I want to pull because this Mikado is basically the same thing as their 210.
And Steve, guys, you're probably going to want to go ahead and got some surprises for you coming up. That's what he said. Any Steam guys, you're probably going to stick around because we have some surprises for you coming up. Those were his exact words.
About damn time. And you know what? We talked about this a few podcasts ago, but I have to admit, Athearn, the more I thought about it post-podcast, Athearn really does make some nice steam engines. Like,
yeah.
I always called their oh god, I can't. The FEF, their FEF. I always called it the my Michael Jackson engine because it's just so smooth. Yeah. It's ridiculously smooth how nice that engine is.
We're talking about Broadway. Come on,
with my Walters.
Tie it back in a bit.
Anyway, Broadway FEF Paragon 4.
Yeah, that is a. Where is the Santa Fe?
We are missing a nice 844.
Are you looking for the Santa Fe? Santa Fe?
Looking for the
What are you
Mikado.
looking for? I thought we
Hang on.
were.
I'm gonna hang on. I'm pulling up a comparison real quick.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys something.
Brass hybrid.
No. Oh, are these different? Huh.
Well, pull up the photos and we can see.
Yeah, we can discuss it together.
Or we can discuss this
Gentlemen.
Get that out of here.
Goodness.
I have
We're
this
not allowed
on
to
here
talk
from
about
like
that
4
without
streams
NC.
ago.
What is this? Okay, you know what?
It's the thing. It was the 3D printed like diesel steam engine thing that everybody kind of freaked out about.
Oh wait, you know what? That's what I gotta do. Hold on. Whoop. There we go. And share.
Okay. You shared your sound too. What?
Yeah, I did, just in case we need to pull up something later. But anyway, gentlemen, so this is
It's gonna
check
be
this
one of
out.
those hour-long screen shares.
This is their 210-10-2, which I thought was the
800.
or 210-10-2, 210-2.
Two
Excuse me.
ten to yeah. That would be a ridiculous locomotive.
Which I thought was going to be this.
210-10-2.
Didn't Santa
There is
Fe
there's
own some
a
of those?
210. There's a 210-10-2.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Did you
so
know?
Broadway raised the price of these by $50.
Where's the price of what?
These things, because from the pre-orders back when they were Paragon 3, some people thought it was a big deal, but I think the price needs to go up as in all the R&D that's gone into it.
Price before you've even released it. Come on.
Well,
Yeah, didn't they
what are you
up
gonna
it by
have?
$100?
They're
People have
adjusting
it
the
in their
market.
hands. They're like, oh, can we have another $50? I think it's reasonable.
So wait, the Mikado got raised up $50?
From its Paragon 3 price. Or at
Oh.
least that's what I heard on the Broadway Limited Facebook group.
So they're $450 now?
I don't quote me on anything. I can look it up.
We can literally just look right here.
Well, let me
I'll
You
look it
do
up.
your thing looking there, and then I'll go on trainworld.com. By the way, if you're looking to buy Paragon 4, go to trainworld.com.
Use promo
Are we
code Rapido.
sponsored by them
Use
now?
promo code DrewLovesRapido at trainworld.com for 90% off your order.
For 90% off your.
Are we? I didn't know we were
it's-
sponsored by them all of a sudden.
Oh, we're not.
No,
No,
we're
we're
not.
not.
Drew is.
We're trying to be. We're trying to be.
Okay.
Okay, so it's $4.90. Oh, it is
It's
$4.99.
$3.99. Train
Yeah,
World
that's
price
okay.
is $3.99. Maybe
It's
that
still-
person ordered off of like Broadway Limited MSRP.com, which I wouldn't recommend.
Well, Broadway's always giving discounts on their site anyway. But anyway,
Oh, that's
here's
true. They're
here's
reasonable
the-
about that.
Yeah, they got the referrbished outlet store, which is why I love Broadway, because you can basically get their
I've never
newest
bought
releases.
anything, but I browsed through it, and it's
Oh,
nice
I
entertainment.
have. It's worth it. It's
Oh.
totally worth it. I love it. Anyway,
There
so
hasn't been a lot on their site though.
I don't
on their
know
refurbished.
how they get
recently.
new products in the refurbishment store so frequently or so soon.
because
Like a month after they released the K4.
You know why?
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's a mystery.
Just people break them, drop them on the floor.
Recall.
okay,
I don't think
these-
it's that.
I thought, here's a crazy part. I legitimately thought that these engines were the same size, and that it was just a difference in,
So what are we looking at for people like me who have no idea what we're
So
looking
like a
at?
Mikado versus
So
a
the
Civic.
big
this is a-
picture is a 210-2, and the
Oh,
small
okay,
picture is
okay.
Mikado.
Yes, so this is the Mikado here. And like I said, I thought the tooling was exactly the same, but it's not. The engines are similar. Basically, this is just an elongated Mikado is all it is. You got an extra set of drivers. I am excited though, because this does look a little bit different than this one. Just a little bit. I'm also hoping it comes with those additional Santa Fe smokestacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also looks like we got a bit more piping going on back here in this area.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
but
that's what
extra
they're saying. The
detail.
improvement in detail. You can see the sand piping on the left side.
And the
Mm.
rivets. The rivets
Mhm.
look really good.
I also love how the whistle cord is just beautifully displayed there.
Yes.
Although, albeit on this model, it had it as well. Hold on, let's look at a different angle. Also, I just gotta say, I freaking love this. Oh my
yeah.
god, dude!
That light's awesome.
Oh my god,
Well, prototypically, the Mikado does not have that light, I believe, but it does have the
because this
red
is a
light.
210-2, isn't it?
No, I'm saying the Mikado.
the Mikado
Right.
has it too. It has it
Oh,
on
it
it.
does?
Yeah,
The
has
Mikado
all-
has like
as
a
far as I know,
isn't
the
the Mikado's red.
it has both. Mikado
No,
has
it doesn't.
both.
Not in this photo.
Not this model, but there is a model that has both. I can show
so
you.
there's a variation.
Yes,
It
there's a
has a headlight
Which
on
variation.
the
we
channel.
should cover because that's a
I saw a
prototype
headlight.
specific variation, which is what we were trying to get at earlier. My microphone just fell off the table. Give me a second.
Here's the deal with the Mikado, right? Because the tender that they're using is the exact same as the one that they're using for the 210-2. But they did this on the 210-2 as well, which is they have one which has the headlight on the back, and then they have one without it.
Yeah.
See, look at this right here. This is the one I want. Oh my god, this is beautiful.
So could we pull up a couple of these? Because is that the oh no, that's not the exact same
Look
number.
at that
So I was gonna say,
piping, bro. Oh my
if they
gosh.
That looks
use
like brass.
the photos, we could tell if they're variations. Zoom in on that.
Let me see.
Oh, what?
I don't remember that much piping being on the other one.
Paragon
is.
for improvements. Okay.
Can I? Is there a way for me? Yes, I can zoom in this way.
Whoa.
Perfect. Okay.
Look at that.
Okay. That
So
looks
that's-
really good. Yeah.
So
And the gloss on that.
So here's the deal. When the 210-2 came out originally, right? I think that might have been Paragon 2. But when the 210-2 came out, there were a lot of people that were talking about how plastic is getting really close to brass. Adam and I even talked about it. This not this mold specifically, because this is slightly shrunken down from the 210-2. This is the Mikado, obviously, but the piping detail is the same. If I were to pull up the other engine, the 210-2, you would see the same piping detail on the other side, and that's why people were freaking out. Because that's why even on my podcast, when Adam and I were talking about like the future of plastic models and plastic versus brass, we were saying that plastic is getting to a point where it can rival some older brass models in terms of the detail, and the detail just seems to be getting better. But this is very impressive, and so I'm not mad at that price tag of $399 because it's just like, dude,
all
like
day.
that's
all day. I'd take that with sound, smoke.
No, I'm
good
really
sound.
Well,
yeah.
Did we hear about smoke yet? Because some of these things they've been putting more electronics in them, or everything in small size, and they've not been doing smoke. So I don't know for sure.
What's the engine that they come out with recently that doesn't have smoke?
Oh, they're Pacifics.
They did that whole run of Pacific.
The Pacifics never had smoke. Neither did the Mikados.
Well, this is a Mikado. That's why I'm asking. Because just size wise, it's the same.
Well,
because it's just about room for a smoke generator, not anything else.
Well, here's the thing. This model's a little different because the boiler is going to be the same size, with the exception of its length. But in terms of the circumference, I guess, of it's going to be the same as the 210-2. All this is a shrunken down 210-2. You just got one less wheel there, right? So the boiler is just slightly shorter. But remember, the 210-2 had a smoke unit in it. Actually, we can just look at the features real quick and see. Should tell us. Did I? Hold on a second. Yeah. See, variable puffing smoke intensity and timing, right there. So it will have smoke.
And
that's what I'm saying.
I'm excited.
This is a bigger Mikado than the other ones, than the USRA. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
My bad.
that's a big Mikado. But what I'm excited for is just because we've all had our fair share of issues with Broadway's products. So I'm excited to see, obviously, because they really emphasized on their reliability and how they are working to make their products more robust, which I'm not sure I've ever seen another company do that. Like, I mean, granted, other companies don't, I'm going to stop there, but it's like they called out like some of their issues and were like, and we are working to fix them, which I respect, and I am hoping that these new runs of models, because with new tooling and new models coming out, there can be issues, but I'm hoping that due to their torture test that they claim to put all these new models through, hopefully they come out better. And
I agree.
I have a feeling that they will. Broadway, like I said, I don't think I had a single problem with any Paragon 3 engine. Like, I know that there were some that had some issues. I'm not saying the Paragon 3 didn't have its faults. However, from what I've seen, Broadway has consistently been trying to step their game up and improve in their features, their sounds, their even their detailing. I'm just you know what? Let's this will be a good segue for this as well. Talking about Broadway, I'm excited for their lineup of what's to come. Right? Like,
did they release a catalog yet, or do you think they will? I think
catalogs are a thing of the past unless you're lying now.
I agree.
Like, no one really does catalogs, and that's unfortunate because I miss the days when you get a catalog.
Could we take a look at the Paragon 3 catalog and see some of those locomotives that didn't come out?
Yeah, I
do have one. I can grab it real quick.
Wait. We can get a virtual one. You get a virtual one. Hold on.
Because maybe obvious information, but I was talking with Tony Cook. We recorded the M420 Model Revenues First Look episode, and at the end we were talking about the Broadway Limited thing we're doing upcoming, and he said that he got word that there's some steam coming, both new and rerun, which I guess is kind of obvious, but at least it's a confirmation of things we could have speculated about. So
hang on a second. Is there a virtual catalog?
Oh, I guess there's not.
There I can probably find it real quick next time.
Is it $0 or what?
No.
$1.30.
Yeah.
You have to pay $1.30 to want to buy their products. Come on. Come on, Broadway.
For a 5-year-old catalog.
It's our one piece of constructive criticism tonight is make your 2016 catalog a free download. Pretty please. So we can promote it on YouTube.
Yeah, what were you going to release
Oh, here we go.
5 years ago?
Why does that be the Paragon 2?
Adobe Flash is no longer supported. Okay.
Oh, right.
About to cry.
Adobe Flash is not existent anymore. I heard about that.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a thing.
Why? That's a really dumb idea.
Breaking my heart here, Clint.
Isn't this a Paragon 2 catalog? 2010.
This is
all
old.
of it. Yeah.
Well, that's I just said that.
Historic.
This is like right when Paragon 2 came out, right?
Well, just see if the page
loads. They
loads.
still had the QSI stuff then.
Just see it here. It's just.
Oh wow, this is old.
Oh my god.
God, this is way.
Say announcing Paragon 2. Yeah, it says that.
What is it? What in the world?
Yeah. Whatever. That's what happens when Adobe Flash gets kicked out of existence.
Oh wow, I do remember this catalog. Oh gosh, this is taking me back. Wow. So this is the first time the Dreyfus was released. Wow. So 2010.
I came across the Model Rev News cover the other day of that from 2013 is when that got released. Let me try to. Can I overlay it?
Oh my god, dude, the Q2.
Oh, they should remake that. They should. I
want a Q2 so bad.
Their Reading T1 isn't bad either. Like
their Paragon 2 one. Their Paragon 2 one was really good.
The GS4. Oh my gosh, bro, this is old.
That was not a good one. That one was a little rough.
Yeah. This one they announced that took forever for this to come out.
When you say that, what are you referring to?
In the what? In the
GS4.
Yeah, the GS4 had issues.
Okay.
Not only did they have problems, but they had their why am I blanking? They used like Blue Line sounds.
Oh, okay.
Blue Line Big Boy. They used the same sounds.
Okay.
Well, I think it was plastic.
What?
Wow.
Did they ever make PAs?
Yeah, they did. These are in scale, though, I think.
So they just reran them again recently, didn't they?
Yeah, you can get
these
them
are
on
in
server now, I think.
Trainwheel.com.
Did they do them? No, they didn't do them in HO, I don't think. They did
because Walters kind of hopped on them on and off throughout the years, and now Rapido's doing them, so I don't think we're going to see him for a while.
Hold on. I was trying to see if there's a...
That's fine. Too many manufacturers making the same model just gets tiring.
Screw the PAs. Let me Google
F3s I've seen.
Paragon 3 manual or catalog.
Hang on, let me see something. Broadway Limited. No, that's not what we want.
I can't see it anywhere.
I got the hard copy version.
Oh, you might just have to. Oh, this is 2010.
Oh,
again.
really? I'm on Tony'sTrainExchange.com.
Someone's really selling one of these, like really for $8.
Who's gonna buy a 2017 catalog for $8?
I don't know.
More
I
than
think it
what
should be
they're
like
offering
Bachman makes theirs a free download, and it's like a 2-minute read.
It was a free download when they had. Oh, yep, this is it. 2014.
Well, okay, so Sam has
There
the
it is.
book.
I saw it at the bottom, or I saw a picture. I saw the cover of it. I don't know if it was like a download, but if you scroll down a little bit, right at the
Yeah,
bottom,
2015 over to the right.
over
Or yeah, that works too.
I don't know if it's a download, but
Patali Safa.
This is in German.
error page.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Broadway just doesn't want you to look at their old catalog. Anyway.
Okay, so Sam, you said you had the physical copy?
I do. You want me to grab it?
Or not necessarily. I mean, we've talked about it before, about the things that Broadway announced they were going to do in Paragon 4, and maybe we thought they were saving them for Paragon 3. They announced them, and maybe we thought they were saving them for Paragon 4. Do you know any of them off the top of your head?
The Commodore, or the Commodore Vanderbilt.
That's true. That's been up for pre-order for a while.
God,
That'll probably. I'm guessing that'll be brass as well.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I hope that they would do that in a brass hybrid, because then they don't have to have as many pre-orders established for that.
Yeah.
If you go to the delivery, because I remember last year in the video they said that those were supposed to be dropping about December, and I haven't heard anything.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did drop in December. So
I'd
yeah,
love a New Haven i5. I think if they remade that, that'd be kind of cool.
know.
I mean, we're just talking about all the Hudsons right now, but
I mean, Hudsons are top notch.
All right, Drew, don't start.
I haven't said the word yet.
Oh, the cryo tank cars are coming back. That's neat.
All right, so while we're talking about this, we kind of skimmed over some of the other features while we're trying to find a complete, Paragon 3 manual. We skimmed over some of the other features in Paragon 4 that since this is the Paragon 4 stream, I want to cover real quick. So they have the capacitor. Even in my big boy, I had some continuity issues on my 4x6. So, that'll be good. Maybe that's just because I don't clean the track but once a year. Switcher mode, set CV128 to 3, and that re-speed maps the whole thing. For people who enjoy operating sessions, you get a, more control over the speed of your locomotive at low speed settings. Pro mode lighting, where you can adjust all the lights on your own by changing one CV that kind of remaps everything, at least from my understanding of it. It works with Paragon 3 locomotives out of the box. Paragon 3 locomotives can be upgraded to Paragon 4. I would assume that eventually that's going to go through their third-party service company who does a lot of the upgrades out there. And it is dual mode DC, DCC. So there's kind of the stuff I wanted to say at some point in here for the 9 people that watch all the way through this.
So,
I mean, I might be the only one, but I'm hoping they rerun the Y6B with different sounds, because my Class A has the same sounds as the current Y6B, and that's the only thing that's like restraining me from.
Well, I would assume that would be part of what they said they were going to upgrade all the sounds that didn't sound right.
Your Class A has the same sounds as the Y6B?
Yeah, the Paragon 3 ones, they changed the sounds of the Class A.
Why? Because they were
I don't
perfect.
know. They were really good for Paragon 2.
Yeah. When the first run of those, what the heck, dude? Do we need to pull up a video?
Yeah.
Okay. And tread lightly, because we're trying to talk about all the stuff that's getting improved tonight. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I hope they change it.
Listen, to review, all we're doing is we're reviewing their previous sound file.
That exist.
Paragon 2 Class A. That was one of the last models they did. Well,
That was the last, wasn't it? They put out like a 280 kind of silently.
Let me do
Their
this.
YouTube channel's been dark for a while.
Because they've been busy.
Well, yeah.
Let me do this share.
I mean, if they want somebody to make YouTube videos for them, I'd be happy.
Did I share audio? Let's find out.
You did not.
I did not. Hold on. I hate how I have to stop this every time.
We need to get some Jeopardy music to overlay on this while we're just trying to figure out how stuff
I can do that with my Stream Deck.
I remember the old intro.
Just to show you.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
It actually sounds better than mine.
It sounds like the old Lionel Class A. All right, now let's see what we've updated it to. Really? That's what we're doing today, huh?
That's so loud. I'll wait.
Oh, you got it ready.
It was ready literally before you started the music. So I don't. We're literally loud. You're literally.
That's what happened.
Drew was really like,
at full
let me
volume
just rape the whole audience.
He was really excited to
break everybody's headphones.
Huh. Whoever took this video did a good job. I'm kind of impressed.
Oh, I use a lot of his B-roll for my intros. I haven't in a while, but I did.
What the heck is that?
Oh, he just put this video out, didn't he?
Is that Tom
That's
screaming
not right.
as a whistle?
But I'm thinking again,
That's
like
weird.
it's not
He
something we
changed-
recognize today, but I'm thinking maybe that was what was used in the era.
He changed the whistle because it's the same as the Y6B. I can.
That sounds like a hooter.
That sounds pretty good too, but that's
Yeah.
not the same. That doesn't sound as good as the other one.
Mine is the same as the Y6B. Like mine is. Whatever my rendition is. It's like
and I
the
don't
run
think that's
between-
inaccurate.
That smoke looks good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, also like that's some I wish mine smoked like that. But if you pull out like an older video of
Hey.
them.
So hang on a second. This is the OG Paragon 3 Y6
Yes.
or Class
yes.
A. I was at Y6B. Damn commercials. Because the
Experimental
original,
test train caught on fire. Let's see what happens.
because the original Paragon 3 Y6B had the same.
I like the new one a lot better.
What?
That's what that whistle sounded like.
What
Was that a Tom and Jerry sound effect?
Yeah, it
That
was.
sounded like everybody's expression when they heard that noise.
Oh,
was like,
Cameron, did you play that? I thought that was on the video.
That's what I thought. I'm like, what the
I was like,
hell?
hold on,
did you? Is that?
I'm not-
am I
Was that the
insane?
video or was that you?
That was Cam.
That was me.
Oh, that was Cameron. I was just like,
We all
Am I going
genuinely thought that
insane?
was the video. I'm like,
I was
how
this
did they
close
let
to
that
like
happen?
grabbing my Class A and being like, I'm putting it on the track just to prove a point.
Okay, let's hear the actual whistle.
Yeah.
So remember, this is the first run of these in Paragon 3, which should be the same as Paragon 2, if I remember. Come on now. Don't be shy.
I don't like that compressor sound. Just putting
Why?
it out there.
Why?
It
Sounds good.
sounds canned. It doesn't.
I like
it. Doesn't sound natural
I'm a
to me.
fan of it.
I think it sounds great. It's distinctly Broadway Limited. I can tell you that much. That's like their compressor.
Yeah, that's the kind of sound they've been using.
I've never really liked it though. It sounds fake to me. It's one of the few sounds I don't like from them.
Whoa, you're
That's a good
right.
whistle.
That's the Y6B whistle.
Yep.
Why? So wait, do the
I don't know.
Paragon 2 models only have the accurate whistle?
The Paragon 2 Class A had a better whistle in my opinion.
Damn, this is James's review.
Yeah. This is the same version I have. Not 1218. I've got 1238.
So, my wife got me this weird new
Dude, come on.
That's been all
My
over
wife got me this
Facebook.
weird new tool.
Welcome back. Today we're taking a look at a
Damn it, James.
to get the sounds to come on.
I mean, everything else on the model sounds really good.
Yeah.
And not that the whistle sounds bad. It just
Oh yeah,
is
just
the
listen.
same.
Just listen.
I'm operating from my wireless controller, which is a little slow to react sometimes.
Just let it play, or else we're gonna miss it.
Well, turned on the headlight. Listen to some sounds real quick. One is the bell.
Boys, you know what we have to do, right?
That's kind of cool sounding.
And I turn the bell off, and it has that momentum that you hear.
That bell is nice. It's the same bell.
Here's whistle.
You really had to do that, Drew, didn't you?
I saw him waiting there. Now
That was
I'm
really
deaf.
good timing.
That was a good time.
Trying to hear this up. I'm like,
You had me for about.
I'm ready.
I was
had
there
me
for
for
like
about
2
half a
minutes. I'm
second.
surprised you guys like
Bro.
were fooled for half a second.
I'm not even looking at you right now, Drusif. All right.
Oh,
hang
you're on
on.
a screen share, so I had a chance with you.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
congratulations.
let's hear it
All
for
right.
real. Just hit play. It's like
My
right
ears.
there. Is it really loud?
That was really loud.
Wow. So you're trying to tell? I thought that the sounds were the same as the this entire time. People
Well,
have.
have we looked at the alternate whistle?
Hold on. No, we haven't. I think James is about to run through that one. That kind
The
of sucks
alternate-
because
The alternate whistle is just a squeak.
F3's coupler slack.
The first one we heard out of all these sounds was like a really nice hooter whistle.
Moves a little bit.
Yeah.
well, that was from. Oh yeah, that's the alternate whistle. But it doesn't sound like the class. The Class A has a very distinct whistle.
Like the Paragon 2 one.
The Paragon 2 one was that whistle.
It's moving.
Yeah.
But
Here,
again,
you know-
maybe this was the whistles that they used during that time period, because we only judge off of what we've heard from other models and from like
no, what-
1218.
What I'm about to show. Well, all the Class A should have the same whistle as 1218. That's what. So we're about to.
The bell's similar.
Yeah, it's like right on point.
Man, I missed
God, that's
1218.
amazing. I love Steam. That's so neat.
Low key, I would take that over 4014. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree. The big boy of it,
I don't know.
so you guys can't say anything.
I don't think I would take one over the other. I think they're both amazing for two different reasons. But this footage is amazing. I like. First of all, there's never enough footage of steam locomotives at sunset or at night. Like there needs to be way more footage of that.
Can you really tell the difference between the two?
Yes.
Between what?
Footage in like the morning and at night.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's a totally different look. The way the
different.
shadows are cast. I'm sorry, what? That's not what I
Sounded like a
remember.
Samsung notification on that whistle.
Bloop, bloop.
Black smoke out of a smoke unit.
I want to.
If it's burning black,
Something's wrong
got a
with your
problem.
engine.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Something
safety
in your
feature
engine
that
is
it's
on
supposed to be
fire.
white.
See?
Yeah.
That's the
That
way
sounds
it's
like the first one that we listened
Yeah.
to.
Which was the
Kind of.
Paragon 2.
kind
But
of.
But in Paragon 4, it's going to be spot on. So that's all we need to worry about.
But then I have to buy another Class A.
Hold on.
Well, I don't think they're going to rerun that back to back. So you've got some time. By the next run of Scaletrains museum quality turbines, and then by the time that comes out and you buy it, then you can have time to save up, and then they'll rerun the Class A. So you got plenty of time.
I don't want a Class A. I want a Y6B.
Speaking of having time to save up, I'm very happy that they moved back the release date of the Challenger to fall. Because now it's like, okay, now I have time to breathe. Now I can actually buy it. I'm probably gonna cop one. Because
that's going to be really popular.
Oh, I'm definitely getting one. Now it's dropping in fall. I need to call my dealer, and have him order me one.
I'm gonna try.
Your dealer. You're not drug dealer.
I guess that whistle was pretty close. I like the other one better. But anyway.
You talked over it. Just let us hear it.
What was the one we already heard? Douche muffin. All right.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. I like the first one better. Oh wait, no, that was it.
Nah.
Oh, that's just higher pitch then. That's probably taken like while it was moving, but like that sounds accurate to me. Like that sounds like one of the NW whistles.
All right. You know what we got to do. It's time. We're doing this again. Hold on. All right. So I deleted my browser history this time. Perfect. Okay. Let's not go too far down. Oh wait, nope.
Was that Dragon Ball I saw?
No. What are you
for the after show? Isn't this the video we just watched?
Yes, that's the point. We want to hear the whistle.
Oh.
Start talking over it, Drew. Okay, and then we've got this.
That's good.
Okay.
That's really good.
That actually does.
Okay, well then let's listen to the second one.
Hang on, now we got to do. Hang on. Paragon.
Well, there's a second whistle here. They use the alternate.
The other one doesn't sound right at all.
So we all agree that the whistle we just heard sounded good.
Yes, but there is another.
It sounds okay.
I think it sounds good. I think I would turn it up a bit in the CVs, but I think it sounds.
It's not that it doesn't sound good. It's that this one sounds better. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I feel like the timbre of it.
Yes. Yep.
That one is spot on. That's what I'm saying. This one here is the Paragon 2 is spot on. The Paragon 3 honestly sounds like a watered down lower res version of the Paragon 2.
Well, I don't know 3. So I can't speak for anything, but I just hear from these recordings that definitely the Paragon 2 sounds better than what was just the recordings that I've heard from the Paragon 3 run, in my opinion.
The Paragon 3 sounds like an NNW hooter. But
it does.
The Paragon 2 one sounds like 1218.
Yeah, I would agree. So Paragon 3 may be more accurate, but 1218 is more iconic as far as what we're familiar with.
It's the same whistle. It's just
I'd rather have everything sound, or not everything, but I'd rather have them all sound like 1218 than.
Well, there's a lot of people that would disagree, though. Like they're just trying to find the best selling point for it.
Let me put it to you this way: if they had to put this whistle, this one right here, on the Y6B, I wouldn't have been mad.
Like that's fine to me.
It sounds good, but
just personally, I feel like it sounds like
it wasn't in a tunnel.
I feel like it sounds like the Challenger.
Like it's higher pitched than the Challenger, but I definitely think it sounds kind of the same.
I can barely even hear it.
No, we're not playing it right now, but I don't know. Like I said, I think they're all good. It's just that the one from the Paragon 2 is just the quality of it. The quality of it's better. It's the actual whistle from 1218, and so that's the way that we know the Class A's are supposed to sound. The Y6Bs, I like the whistle on the Y6B as well. That also sounds. All these whistles sound good. It's just that the one that they had in Paragon 2 was the best sounding, in my opinion, out of them all for this engine.
That was a really good whistle.
Yes,
I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they didn't keep it.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused. And it makes me actually appreciate my Paragon 2 model more, because like, wait, you didn't use this sound file for your Paragon 3s? Like that's weird to me. Like it kind of makes the Paragon if you want that sound file, you have to get the Paragon 2. But I don't know. Anyway,
I mean, I think both these two we've narrowed down to the best they've put out on the Y6Bs, Y6 whatevers. Mm-hmm. They sound the best, and I feel like maybe even if the second one that we put in second place is, you know, a close second, I think if it was turned up as far as volume goes and we'd be able to hear it better, they might even be the same recording, just like, you know, computer electronically altered.
I think that the first one we listened to, I think it's from 1218. It sounds like the whistle. It's just it's just an entirely different recording. The circumstances in which they recorded it was way different.
Also, it's in a tunnel.
Well, that's
true. So maybe that messed with the acoustics. Maybe it wasn't that quiet, and it was just.
It sounded really muted to me.
Yeah,
it was also at a train show. Okay, hang on. I got a better. Here, we'll do this. Oh, there we go. This is a better sound. That does sound good. And
we can't hear it or see it. Oh, sorry. I didn't. Okay, now kind of, you know.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were.
I wasn't paying attention. That's the one we heard. Isn't that what they put on the recent run?
This is the most recent.
This is the brand new.
And that sounds fine to me. And that does sound similar to the Challenger whistle. It doesn't sound the same, but it sounds very similar.
The Challenger had that whistle
on? Not that exact recording. It has something. It sounds similar, but I don't think it's the same.
I always forget what the Challenger sounds like.
It's like pitched up and toned down. So I don't know if it's the same. I don't think it's the same recording. But if they were to say, oh, we used the same one, but, you know, we altered it so it sounds prototypical, I wouldn't be surprised.
If it has the same whistle as a Challenger, I'm going to be really mad.
It's not the same. It just sounds similar.
If it sounds similar, I'm going to be mad.
Just listen.
Oh, wow.
So, see, it's not the same at all because it has, like, different characteristics to it, but it's similar.
Yeah, because one's a 1 chime and one's a 3 chime.
Yeah, we've gone over the Challenger whistle in a previous podcast, and
I'm pretty sure we were looking at the same video, actually.
This is the same video, and we already determined that this doesn't even sound right for the Challenger. But I mean,
no, but we heard the other one that sounded better.
Well, it's like the Class A. You can tell it is from 3985. It just doesn't sound like the best
what we
recording
didn't
of it.
talk about when we went over that was we didn't talk about we think that may have been what was prototypical at the time, because we only are familiar with what we've heard from 3985 and 4014, but like I'm pretty sure no, that's not actually. There's coal-fired ones probably didn't have the fancy whistles. They may have just had, you know, those uglier sounding whistles. I don't say that as
3985 and 4014 are coal burning locomotives. Take it back right now.
Well, yeah, they are. I'm just saying they put prettier whistles on 4014 and 3985.
I don't think
when these things were in freight service, they didn't have.
This whistle's not more prototypical. If you go look at Last of the Giants,
I have a recording. I have a recording of.
If we use that footage, this video is going to get copyright striked. But
I'm not saying we're going to use the footage, but I'm just saying, like, if the Last of the Giants clips, none of this whistle. I don't know where they got this whistle from, because it doesn't sound like anything UP.
But this is probably one of those things that's going to get fixed in what they're saying they're redoing their sounds for Paragon 4.
Once again, I'm not saying this to rag on Broadway. It's just we're just talking about certain the point is this: certain sound files, the models themselves are great. This has nothing to do with how nice of a model it is. It just doesn't sound right.
Mm-hmm. And look at how good that model looks. Like,
here's the thing, bro. I think it looks better than the Athearn, in my opinion. But here's the thing: some people don't care about the sound like we do, or I'll use to speak for myself. Some people don't care about the sound like I do. Like I just like the sound is very important to me, and if it doesn't sound right, I'm not gonna buy it. But in terms of how nice of a model it is in general, if the sound file was different, that is a phenomenal model. Like the lit marker lights, the lit number boards. It's got the cab light. Even the way the detailing is spread out, I don't know. It seems seems put together really well, and that actually makes me segue to the next thing I wanted to talk about.
Ooh. Actually, I have a recording of a Challenger, not 3985, one of her sisters here. If you guys want to watch it,
sure. Can you screen share?
Should be able to.
That'll give me a chance.
Make sure you share your sound, or else it's going to be really awkward. Just seeing a whistle and not hearing it.
Oh, I'm not on Chrome. Do I need to be on Chrome?
Oh, so he's saying this. Maybe it was prototypical for the big boys. I don't know. But that sounds to me like one of those ones that was used for,
They all used hand
great.
threes. It's just a difference of boiler pressure and like.
Yeah, so I think that whistle could have been prototypical to something.
We know it's a whistle.
Not anything UP. Well, maybe something UP, but not a big boy or Challenger.
It sounds like 3985 specifically. 3985 has a cadence to its whistle that I think is unique to 3985 just based on the wear of the whistle itself.
The cadence of the whistle is determined by how the whistle is pulled, though, not so much by the...
Because a lot of recordings of Challengers I've heard sound more like big boys.
Right.
Because it's the same whistle and almost the same pressure. So... I guess someone else is going to have to stream this for me because.
Do you have a YouTube link?
I'll put it in the chat.
Clint's going to have to do this one. I
can't
do anything with my computer.
Straight to my whole playlist.
Mr. Share his screen. It's fine. I got it.
Here. Yeah, the only thing I can do is play the outro. That's all I can do from this computer. Okay.
And that's a coal burner, by the way.
That sounds exact. Broadway's definitely has a bit more resonance, but...
What was that? Is this a whole playlist of Steam?
Yes, it is. It's my own playlist.
And save?
Well, that sounds kind of like the recording.
This sounds amazing.
I want this whistle on a recording for.
These are the sounds we want on our models.
Like what we just listened to from the Broadway Challenger, but it sounds like the recording was not quite maybe the same. Oh,
I'm sorry.
I withdraw my claim. I feel like the alternate whistle on this one I like a lot. But, we're trying to make constructive claims for Broadway tonight, and I feel like of all the Paragon 4 things, focus on some of the whistles maybe, like the 3985 or the Challengers. And, we went over the Y6 A's and B whistles. Like those, you've made super great ones in the past. In this 3985, like I love the alternate whistle, but that whistle... Maybe also, include in the manual, if you could include the sources of where the whistle recordings are from, like some other manufacturers are starting to do. I think that would be really cool.
Why does that Challenger look unlettered?
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
A dirty girl.
Or maybe it's lettered and it's just covered in...
It's covered in soot.
It's covered in soot and it's shady.
Oh, look at that. They all have it covered up.
Well, I think they're all pictures of 3996. So if they're all
just-
taken around the same time, they would all look pretty similar.
That just sounds so rich.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you really
Tasty,
need
I love it.
lettering on it to know it's Union Pacific?
Oh God.
In the case of the Challengers, kind of.
Yeah. Clinchfield.
You know it's Rio Grande if you're in that area. So, I mean,
Although-
you're fine.
Although technically,
we're talking about this.
Look
the
at
Rio
that early
Grande.
Challenger. Look at that. Look how good
See-
that looks.
See
Mhm.
here's the thing, right? Like, should we compare this one? Should we compare this to the Athearn?
Yes. Here,
I
let
feel
me
like that
grab
would be
food
fair.
real quick because I didn't eat
the
dinner
other
yet
one-
and it's like past 8 for me. So
You're good. You're good.
give me like 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
All right. While you're doing that,
All right. Well,
Before
now
they
he's
announced-
gone.
this is my podcast now. Welcome.
Before Broadway announced this,
I was really considering an Athearn one because I
Yeah, me
love
too.
those CSAs. They're
And
let me
the Athearn ones are really affordable. Like the Athearn ones are $400.
I'm
I was
keeping
standard price for them.
I'm keeping Cam's playlist up for references. That's the genius playlist. I'm so happy with that. Let me see some here. So let's do Athearn.
Because their early
Early-
Challenger, I thought it sounded really, really good. But when James did a review on it, they were kind of like there were broken parts on it, and there's like a paint malfunction or something like that. And I was kind of like,
Is
I'm
that
aware
a
of
Daniel Cortopassi video? Cortopassi?
Oh, this one right here.
He usually does good spotlights.
Let's take a peek. You know, we can look at the video and
Let me walk you through a hypothetical.
marvel.
let me walk you through a hypothetical.
Yeah, now we're gonna get
Hi, I'm Dan.
taken down.
Today I'm
Hi, Dan.
the scale 4664 early Challenger locomotive from
Wow.
Show and tell with Dan.
Genesis line.
Oh,
It does look
that
really
sure is
good.
swell.
So one class-
Oh man, I do like the way that 4664 looks. Oh geez. Oh. Okay. So we got that. This because the detail.
Look at how defined it is.
You know, call me a douche muffin, but I really I don't know. I kind of do I like the Athearn detail more? I don't know what it is.
That's the thing for me. Is like, I like the Broadway Challengers and Big Boys, but do I like them like $200 or $300 more than the Athearn ones? More?
Here's the oh man, no, I was thinking that the rear drivers are going to be attached to the frame, and they're not. Well, I mean, I might like it $200 or $300 more because we're going to get smoke, we're going to get lit marker lights, we're going to get lit number boards, we're going to get a cab light. Like
Do
we're
we
going to
know that? Do we know for sure that it's going to have marker lights and number boards?
Well, sir, I'm. Here's the thing on the brass hybrids, they all. Well, they don't always have lit marker lights.
Yeah, because my S2 doesn't.
However, let me say this: because they're working off of a Challenger mold, if the normal Challenger had lit marker lights, I'm pretty sure they're going to do that for the brass hybrid. I'm very confident that they will.
Didn't the CSAs have an entirely different boiler? I thought they were like completely different engines.
The CSAs,
The early Challengers.
I thought they were kind of a build. I
3800s.
thought they were kind of a building block to the actual ones.
Well,
But I guess in 1947,
they built
Yeah.
like over 100 of
Well, they
them.
were
so
the
I wouldn't exactly
predecessors,
call it
so-
like a
They did come before.
building block. It's not
did
like
they
were
modify some of
prototypes.
them? Well, because one of them is numbered 3707, and I've got a regular Challenger that's 3707, which makes me think that they modified them.
weren't these coal burners?
The
These are
30
all-
they were
these are all-
originally they had because they were renumbered in the 40s along with some of the 3900s because was it CSA 2s that were originally 3900s?
Dan Cortopassi.
Anyway, the 3800s is
That
the
looks
number,
really good.
That's the numbering series they
That's the-
had in the late 40s.
I
into
don't
the
know why people
50s.
are such a big fan of in-cab detail. I just want to say that.
I think it's neat.
Like, I get the contours and like add color, but I feel like especially on locomotives with like a close diaphragm and stuff,
Okay, but imagine this, right? Imagine having a model and then it not having any like interior detail. Like, how weird would that be?
Just
now?
having a motor.
We're super spoiled.
Drew
honestly.
makes an interesting point there. If you just had a prototypical coupling length between the tender and the cab,
You
we
wouldn't need
have
it.
to worry so much about the detail inside the cab.
I mean, you still got the windows. No, what about when I detach the engine from the tender? You know, what if I want to look inside because I can?
Yeah,
Like,
what if I got
like, bro, like what?
shoving it around the yard?
Like, what if you invite a girl over, bro? You're like, yo, check out my Challenger, and then you like pull the tender apart, and she's like, there's no interior cab detail, loser, and like walks off. It's not brass, wannabe. It's like,
Yeah.
see, can't say that with any of my models. Yeah, that's right.
Can you imagine having a rivet counter girlfriend?
That, bro.
That would be an interesting
Babe,
relationship.
I was looking at your model, and you need to return this. Why? Well, first of all, the wheels are not the right size. Okay, the pipe is all wrong. Okay, all right.
The cab is green.
To be
should
fair,
go
if they
buy
got
a
the
Royal
wheels the
Husband.
wrong size, that's a pretty big thing.
But like, well, no, you're not wrong. It's like, take this Tricks big boy back and go buy the MTH. But the link between the tender and the engines, I don't care. It sounds better. Oh, well, you're not wrong there, babe. All right,
Oh,
fine.
I mean, yeah, take the Tricks big boy back.
That is some serious low speed control there.
No,
Look, man,
I love
the
that.
so we
Atherton-
talked about the Tricks big boy. I just want to say that for a
I
second.
love
That only had,
how
like,
they're
one-
connected there.
Only one pair of the wheels drove. It had like 4 ounce, if less, pulling power. It was kind of weird.
I wish we had more pictures of this.
And it was
As long as they're
$1,000. Like
drivers.
personally, I wouldn't have gotten
Don't we
it.
That
have
is
more
sad.
pictures of it? I thought we got more pictures of the early Challenger.
Did we?
Just go on
I thought we
Facebook.
did.
A rivet counter GF is just a dream. Yes, it is. Andy. It's a dream.
Oops.
It's also completely fictional.
Because I've like definitely seen some pictures of it. Like I've seen from like behind, and I've seen like the top of it and stuff like that.
Let me see something. Hold on.
Yeah.
Ho.
There you go.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh, hang on.
And of course, anytime you post anything about a Challenger, you always have to have the Rio Grande guys in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Invariably, anywhere on the internet, you post Challenger, there's gonna be a Rio Grande guy.
Wait, why? I don't get it.
Go back to the post.
It's real.
Look. The top comment. There's always a Rio Grande guy.
What is it? Why is there a Rio Grande had Challengers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They had
How?
they had actual
How
UP
do you
ones,
not
and then
know
they had those.
That's weird.
Yeah, they had those, and then they had the L97s. I want to say. Please don't lynch me.
Didn't they clinch field?
Might have just something grand.
They had those ones,
sorry.
which they really
That's
liked,
hilarious.
and they had a couple they bought from, or
Didn't they
bought
buy
or
some from
I
UP?
can't remember if they bought them or if they were just given them by the USRA or whatever. But they had some UP ones that they really didn't like, and they sold them to Clinchfield and I think Northern Pacific or something. I want to say, or was it Great Northern?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is this linkage broken here? No, it's not. I'm just tripping.
I swear there were more pictures of the.
I thought so too. I thought there were more pictures of it, but I don't know. I want to see the other side, but I mean, from what I can tell, it's got about as much detail as. Do we need to pull up an actual brass, like a full brass?
Yeah, the
I'll get
L97.
back to you in 30 seconds.
The L97 was just a 3900.
Wait, what did you say, Drew?
Text Adam.
Right? Hey, Adam. What's the best brass early Challenger? Brass.
Probably the Challenger imports.
The Rio Grande L131s look really.
There we
good,
go.
too.
Okay, see now we're cooking, gentlemen.
Yeah,
see,
there you go.
That's so much. How much does one of these cost?
$2,000.
It's only $1,000 more. I can afford it. Oh my god.
Wow. But then it needs sound and DCC.
I mean, if you're already 2K in, what's another 120, 150 bucks, you know? Like and I also think these might be DCC ready.
Look at that. But look at how good it looks. It looks so good.
That looks amazing. What is this? What's going on here? What are we doing?
Is that power reverser?
The pop-off valves are actually brass.
Oh my god!
Instead of being black on every other model.
Oh my god! This literally is amazing. Man, whoop. I feel like I'm looking at a toy compared to.
Our model is so detailed. The pop-off valves are actually made out of brass,
even though the whole engine is made of brass.
They're actually colored to look real.
No, they didn't paint them.
That's like when people. That's like when people say the Titanic's pool is still filled with water.
Wow, that's so insensitive to people who died on the Titanic, dude. No, I'm just joking. Too soon.
109
years ago.
Too soon.
109 years ago, one day.
Oh man,
But yeah, I like the way the Broadway one looks, and I think it has more defined detail than the Athearn one, which is why I would kind of go with it. Like, I just think like that. I think that still looks good. Like,
I think it looks great too. I just feel like it's missing detail.
It is missing detail.
It's over. It's like 2 feet long, and it's made of brass. I think you're getting your money's worth.
I'm not. Listen to me. I'm not ragging on it. I'm not saying that it's not a good. I'm not even saying I'm not going to buy it. They've got my Social Security number saved. It's fine. Anytime they come up with something I want, they can just take my money. All I'm saying is that, like, I feel like there should be a bit more piping on that, because for example, the SPNS 700, that sucker was loaded with detail.
Go to the picture right next to it where it looks gold, like not on the Google.
Oh yeah, you can see the contrast.
No, not that one. The one above it.
This one?
Yeah. Oh well, it's really small. You can't really see it, but
oh
my god.
Oh, disappointment.
Anyway,
my old friend. All right.
Sorry. I think the Broadway one is great, and I think the Broadway one has better detail than the Athearn. Because when I look at the Athearn one, I just see 2010 detail.
Guys, this is also a brass model. I think we need to pay attention to what we say in terms of the detail, because it depends on the road number, I think. Because I know the big boys. Yeah, I know the big boys are like that.
We have the Steam channel in the chat.
The Steam channel is here?
They caught me the one time I was eating dinner. Okay.
Hey, what's up, Steam channel?
Thank you for
what's up, guys?
Hopping in.
I love the Steam channel. You guys are great. I just want to let you know I love you. Your Steam channel is awesome.
You guys make some fire videos.
You should jump on a podcast sometime and talk Steam. It'd be great. Oh man. But yeah, but like, okay, I'm glad the Steam channel said it, dude. Like I'm
glad someone said it first.
Well,
like, so their words, not ours.
So this is. So I want to set the grounds for everybody. We're making this video, so we wanted to talk about Paragon 4 first of all. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for watching. So we wanted to talk about Paragon 4 today. Because I'm doing an event pre-recorded on this channel with Bob Grubba. We're going to talk about Paragon 4. But then we wanted to talk about Paragon 4 on this podcast in hopes that he sees what we have to say about it here and he'll come on. And so the thing about that is we're trying to give our honest views about Broadway Limited and then see if he can come on here and we can just talk about how Paragon 4 is going to be different, because it's really exciting, all the innovation that they're bringing to the table with it. So what I feel like with Paragon 4 and this product, it's almost 2 feet long and it's made of brass. And for $800, I really feel like that's a bargain because, you know, it's brass. I mean, just the length of it. I mean,
it's actually like on Train World. It's on Train World. It's $750 right now. So.
And I feel $750. I mean, you know. I think to keep it to that price point, and it's a pre-production unit. So you're not going to have all the detail you'd be having normally. So I know.
Yeah, we won't know till the promo video.
Look, that's the thing. I understand also that these are pre-production samples. Like this isn't the final version, but at the same time, like this far along, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be pretty accurate. I don't think you're going to see much of a difference. I think here's the deal.
But there's
you're gonna have lit. You know what? It'd be nice if they added the smoking whistle to this one too. I don't know if I doubt they'll do that, but that'd be kind of nice.
Well, I think the reason they wouldn't do it isn't because they, couldn't do it or don't want to do it. I think brass and smoking whistles are two things that people, or smoke in general, like a lot of people with brass hybrid who collect brass, like Adam, for example, he doesn't like to use smoke fluid at all, because it just gets on the model. It just gets all greasy.
It's gonna have a smoke unit anyway. I mean, it's already gonna have all their steam locomotive brass hybrids have smoke units. At least the Paragon too. So that's not really gonna change anything.
But I just don't know a lot of people who collect brass religiously who use all those smoke features. So here's the thing. One, you can turn it off is the first thing, but two, you got to understand, we've just pointed, like, people who collect brass religiously probably, I'm gonna be no disrespect, but they're probably not going to buy this model. People who are diehard brass modelers are going to get this, or they're going to get this. They're not going to buy the Broadway. They'll pay the extra. That's because diehard brass people pay like $2,000 for something they can drop on the floor and it loses all of its value.
Well, first of all, don't drop your models on the floor, folks. Okay, that's the first.
There's no drop it on the floor insurance for model trains, so that's my whole thing. Like, I don't want to spend.
You don't have that on your policy, bro. You don't have that on your.
I don't have any kind of policy.
See, I'm not sure that this model is for that demographic. It's for guys like us.
Brass hybrid, period. No matter who it comes from, is not for that demographic. No matter if it's Broadway or any of those other importers, because they spend thousands of dollars.
Hang on a second. I wouldn't say that, and here's why. This model model right here is insane. Dude. Here's my thing. Okay, for when I bought this model, I have the SPNS version, right? Numbers. I got 700. When I got this, I felt like I was getting every penny's worth because of all the freaking detailing everywhere, right? Here, I just feel like it doesn't look much different from a diecast model.
Plastic, yeah.
So I think part of this is, I've talked about this before, the price niche, right? So I've last week or 2 weeks ago, because we skipped last week, I was talking about Rapido stuff. And I was saying most of their diesels fall within like a $20 price range. And so with the steam locomotives, like how we see the Mikado is retailing for $399, but I picked up my Challenger for $450.
Right.
They're kind of trying to keep, obviously it's going to be bigger with steam, but I feel like they're trying to keep that price range. So with brass, this has within, $70 of the price that SPNS thing did. So I feel like they're trying to retain that a little bit.
Listen, I'm not talking about this is what I want to make clear. I'm not talking about the price. I'm not saying that the price is unreasonable. However, what I'm saying is that it seems like the detail is just it seems like there's stuff missing slightly. And this is what could be played into that. This was not originally supposed to be a brass hybrid. This was originally going to be a die-cast model. So it depends on how far along they're in the tooling process when they designed this. If they decided at the last minute, you know what? Why don't we just make this a brass hybrid instead of a plastic model? Then we can get more money out of it. Not a bad business decision. It's still got a fair amount of detail. And most people who are new to brass, this will be a good first brass piece for them. But I'm just saying, compared to even some of their other brass hybrids, it doesn't have the level of detail is just not, I don't know, it's just not there.
Yeah. I agree. And I think what these could also be promo photos from a diecast model, because they could have had product samples of the diecast thing and then last minute tooled it in brass. Right. So like this, because some of them are they're not photo generated, but they could be like slightly. I'm not sure how they do it.
Well, so
it could be.
so
What I'm saying is, this could be a photo of a die cast mold, and they are coming out with something that looks like that 210.
What I think is happening here is this. You can see it on this page of this stream right here. So Broadway was trying to make a G scale, 2-scale brass cab forward. And it retailed or was scheduled to retail for a price of over $2,000. Right. And it never happened because everybody freaked out and said that's way too expensive.
For G scale? I don't know, man.
For G scale, that's actually a really good price.
I know, yeah. But it's a company that catered to HO guys, and people are just freaking out about it. So I feel like
HO guys aren't the market.
Well, Broadway guys who are loyal to Broadway, this wasn't their market. But I'm just saying, price range wise.
Wait, hold on.
Broadway's trying to keep their prices below like the taboo $1,000 mark.
Wait, so is what we're looking at?
Hold on. Stream, I don't have an Intermountain.
Is what we're looking at right now? Is this a Broadway model?
This is the pre-production real photos. This is a real product that had a pre-production thing, and it never got released. These are real photos of a real thing.
From Broadway Limited, a G scale.
I have 7 photos. Okay. I couldn't upload them all.
So why haven't they made this cab forward in HO? Because this looks amazing.
Why haven't they done this?
Insane.
So
yes, USA Trace FEF is 3,700. $2,000 for a model, a brass model at that in G scale.
But now that we're saying this, was it like more than $2,000? Because
I never even heard of this model. Broadway every time we talk about Broadway, I always learn something new because they've got so many models that they've had over the years.
Yeah,
I had no idea that this even existed.
We talked about it in the group chat. See, this is why you guys just leave us on red. Come on.
I don't, bro.
Dude, when I'm at school, half the chat doesn't even load.
Oh, well, that's true. Whatever.
Listen, some of us have other things to do with our day than be in the group chat. I love you guys, but like,
I do online school, so you can imagine my boredom.
I don't know what. Cheryl asked a really good question. Isn't the G scale market going down? G scale is tough, man. Like, you have to really, if you really want to do G scale, you have to have money.
Yeah,
like that's even more so than Lionel. Like Lionel's expensive, but G scale's like
I wanted to talk with Shane when we have him on in May. I forget the day, but because he talked about they considered the G scale stuff from MTH, and when he worked at Horizon Hobby, he just saw that it wasn't near the sales of anything else. And, with brass, it's expensive and they can sell less and still be profitable. And so you'd think maybe that's the same with G-Scale, sell less, still be profitable. But he said it's not. It's really just all over a slim profit margin. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
Also, sorry to interrupt you, but if you look at that black and white photo, that does not look too far off from Broadway's product.
That's really true. Why don't you zoom in on that?
That's what I've been doing this whole time. You guys have been comparing models. I've been comparing the photos of the model to the actual locomotive. Because I don't care if it looks like other models. I care if it looks like the real engine.
Here, whatever.
Like that looks like, according to the prototype, doesn't matter how much piping is on it. Like that looks pretty.
The pilot's
accurate.
different, but I'm not sure if the pilot, if they changed the pilot or not. Because that might be an early variant of the pilot.
That does look pretty accurate when we look at that photo. It's not a whole bunch of piping.
I still feel like, how do I say it? So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here, right? Mm-hmm. Down here in this area, it seems kind of hollow, right? Like it's kind of empty down there. Yes, you guys are focusing, and I understand what you're saying. You're focusing on this section here, the piping. Yes, that they nailed that down for the most part. That does look good. But what I'm saying is like these gaps in here and right up here.
Hold on, go back to the real one. You can literally see the landscape in between the drivers and the boiler in there.
Yeah, so I mean, it very well could be prototypical
Wait,
that it's like that.
You can well, is
Like
that,
right.
Are
I'm
you-
looking at right in the cylinder between the boiler and the first 6 cylinders. You can see
I
the
can't tell if
landscape
that's
behind
if you're seeing through it or if that's just the light reflecting on a different part of the engine.
I think that's. I'm pretty sure that's the landscape.
There are better pictures of 3800s out there.
Hang on. Let's look at this one here. What is going on? Every time I click on a photo, something else pops up. Like, what are we doing here?
It's a deep fake.
Hold on. Let me just do this. Once again, I want to make it clear. Broadway has my money. I'm going to be buying one of these. It doesn't matter. Like it, it looks like a great model. I'm just saying though, compared to, I have at least 3. I have 3 other brass hybrids. Compared to some of the other brass hybrids, it seems a little low on the detail end of things.
Probably because it was going to be a die-cast model.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I would say that it looks a little bit closer than the Athearn one, just for the headlight.
I would agree.
For sure.
I would agree with that.
I could guess
think-
that before we started.
I can tell you this is going to pull more than the Athearn model.
Well, Broadway has
Well, look at
more
the
of a
Athearn
track
one and look at
record
the
in doing
headlight.
super detailed steam than Athearn because they put out good. Athearn puts out good product, but they do it so rarely that they don't have so
headlight
much
is
of
so
practice to
stubby
get
on
it good all the time.
That is a good point, Cam. Like, oops, wrong one. The headlight does look better on this one than it does on
the real one. The headlight sticks out probably a good half a foot from the smoke box front, and you can visibly see, comparing it to the bell, that it hangs in front of the bell, but it's actually shorter than the bell on the Athearn model, and it's pretty much flush against the smoke box.
Probably because it's a regular Challenger bell. Or not regular Challenger, but regular Challenger headlight that they stuck on the front of the smoke box.
They may have done that, but
Did they do that? I'm gonna be really disappointed if that's the case.
I'm pretty sure that's what they did.
Now I gotta look up. Now I gotta look.
Well,
up
like look at Broadway's.
4664.
I mean, it's sticking in front of the bell for sure, or at least it's at least level with it.
5. Find a picture.
This is, I don't know. This is a beautiful model.
No, it's not, because it doesn't have the number board below the light, because it can't, because it couldn't fit there.
Where's the whistle on this?
Yeah, I don't know where.
I'm thinking it's on the left side.
And also, did you see
Did you see the
off valves
right
in
behind
there,
the?
and they're painted the same color, which is kind of a die-cast model thing.
Is it here?
I hate Pinterest because you can't zoom in on anything. Oh, is that a Royal Hudson? What?
All right, let's get out of here. For Drew is
60.
But all those
Or do you-
pictures were really cool.
Okay, yeah, the whistle. Oh, the whistle is right here on the side.
Yeah.
So they could do a smoking whistle if they wanted to. Like it wouldn't be.
They would have to move. They'd have to move the hole over for it, but they could do it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
wouldn't
they're
be
going
out
to
of
use
the
the same
question.
tooling either way.
No,
so I think it would be
they
fine.
absolutely can't use the same tooling.
Yeah,
Look at the
so
boilers.
they'd
They're
have
completely
to
different
retool it,
boilers.
and there's no reason they couldn't just add the hole. But if they don't do it, I'd understand it because if I bought a $1,000 brass model, I wouldn't really want to use smoke. Period. So
I'm not opposed to it.
Personally, I think, and this is something that they can work on with Paragon 4. I think their smoking whistle from Paragon 3 needs some work before it is.
Could we compare that?
Agreed.
Because
compare what?
The smoking whistles, because MTH is very responsive, but I feel like Broadway's is kind of, you press it and then after like a second it pops out and then you let it go and the sound stops and then the smoke stops and it's like MTH is kind of, very instant feedback. So I don't know. But then the other thing before we move away from like general steam, MTH or Broadway is covering their circuit board that always gets smoke oil on it. in something so that smoke oil doesn't get on it. That was another.
Are they? Are they actually doing that?
Yeah, it was on their Facebook Live.
I know Sam's
thank
happy about that.
Because all of my Broadway models have that problem.
Oh wow, my
All
video's
of
in the top.
What?
Look at you.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
play
word.
the James Wright ones.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's not supporting my channel. No, I'm joking.
Here,
Let me
so
see.
let's do the. Okay, whatever.
This is James's.
He did this on his kitchen
is
table, and
yeah.
the smoke wasn't very like thick.
Wait,
I
so
also heard that
don't
like
use this one?
on the
This smoke was
The-
really thin in that video. In this MTH Big Boy one, it was really thick.
No, I was looking at the daylight one.
The daylight one was really thin. The Big Boy one, he had a lot of smoke fluid in it.
I also
I probably
like,
didn't verbalize
I also
that.
heard that the things that the whistles for MTH, the smoking whistles, are hard to use. Like they're hard to get working.
Oh, it's just a function, isn't it? I would.
It's not difficult for me. I had no problems with it.
Well, yeah,
just like-
you had your video.
Well, some people are like, oh, I can't get it to work, and then it's like they press.
You
the
just hit
function. It's
F7,
Like, all right, so I
genius.
got it work.
3.
I still love this model. God,
See, but
I want to run
Is it
trains and I can't.
here,
Is
let's
it just
see.
me, or is the drawbar shorter than on yours?
White LED.
It's what it seems like, dude. Like this seems like really short.
Okay, do we have
That
a
looks
whistle?
more like an
Okay,
Athearn drawbar.
Look at that lighting.
Go to when he turns on the sound. Let's listen to the whistle or see the whistle.
Trying to find the.
All right, we got it all started up. Had to put some smoke in the whistle, which is pretty difficult because you have to maintain some positive pressure, but use this little thing to put smoke down in the whistle. I don't know how much this is going to capture on camera because it's hard to see the smoke. Smoke's coming out of the smokestack, smoke's coming out of the whistle. It's just very hard to capture on camera, and it's hard to see in person. Especially with this backdrop. I can see the smoke kind of billowing up towards the top. But
Okay.
darker
Now
backdrop,
show us the smoke,
but it's
pretty
really
please.
not showing that great. So anyway, functions are working there. I'm going to go ahead and show you the bell
I love that bell.
Mm-hmm.
and the whistle.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Yeah, that's
Or
why I
maybe-
was trying to. That's why I was trying to go over here because you can't really see. See, watch. I think
There you go.
As you see, it billows out. and then
if we
there's
had gone on my video, we would have already seen that.
I
Okay,
was
well
gonna
then why don't we
say-
go to your video?
There you go. Look at
Oh
that.
yeah, look at that.
Yeah, Broadway. That's what yours needs to look
Yeah,
That's it right there. That's it.
amazing.
all that
And
looks
Broadway was the OG to do it, but I feel like Paragon 4 maybe you could just tweak it a bit so it's a little more responsive.
Yeah, if it was more responsive and less wispy and just more,
Mhm.
like it would just
Oh, I
it
can't
would
spell.
knock it out of the park. Because I think
Okay, so then-
the
Well, let's look at the
viscosity is
Broadway
there.
one before we kind of talk about it too much.
What would you say? Talk about what now?
I said, why don't we look at the Broadway one before
Oh,
we kind of
right there.
jump
Yeah,
at
right
them?
there.
The Broadway's a beautiful model. I like the lighting in the Broadway better than I do the MTH.
Yeah. Well, Broadway's always done a good job at lighting. I
Not
mean, Rapido's
always,
catching
they've gotten
up.
a lot. They haven't always done a really good job, but they've done better in recent years.
I do
Okay.
not like that. Oh my god, that bell. I'm sorry.
I think it just has too much resonance.
There's a damn wasp moving around.
See this.
You see it has a steam.
That looks good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks the viscosity is the right. It's the right
Yeah.
thickness.
No, actually, I would argue that it's too thick because this looks more like steam here on the MTH,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Look
you're
at that.
right. You're right.
Like that looks like it's actually blowing right from the whistle. This, on the other hand, it's like this was the first time it had ever been done. So props to them for that.
Yeah, this was the
But it's
first
just-
ever
it's-
smoking whistle mass market
It's-
US and HO scale. So I think whatever we say,
They did it on the last
Props
Take it with a
for
grain of
that.
salt.
We'll move it for puffing smoke.
Here's the other problem with the Broadway as well is that the smoke doesn't. How do I say this? But when the engine's in motion and you're using the smoking whistle, you can't tell. You can't tell that the whistle's smoking, right? It just blends in with the smokestack. The Broadway, or sorry, the MTH,
MTH one you can.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Especially on stuff like the Berkshire, they knocked it out of the park.
Oh my god!
Well, actually, I used
knocked it out of
CVs
the
for my
park.
Challenger, and I put the whistle like at max, and I kind of toned down the smoke a bit, and you could tell it was the whistle. So I mean, I kind of argue against that.
But you have to go in and change it.
Yeah, it's not.
I tried to change mine too, but the problem was that the smoke for the whistle kept just shooting out at the same intensity as the smokestack, and I'm like, that doesn't look.
Yeah.
Did you figure out a way around that?
I just turned down the smoke really low.
I just commanded a wasp to leave my.
Oh, you turned down the smoke low on the for the smokestack.
Yeah, and then I just turned it way up for the whistle, like all the way out.
Wait, can you control those separately? The smoke unit for the whistle and the smoke unit for the smokestacks? Can you control those independently?
It only comes on a card that comes with the model. It's not in the manual. It's like a separate CV.
Because I couldn't control that with my big boy.
Yeah, you can turn. For my Challenger, I could. So maybe it was different for the big boy.
Because I got the big boy when it first came out, so I don't think you could do that for the big boy. But I
bet
think
they changed it. They probably
changed it, which once again shows Broadway as being innovative.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's why I don't get upset with Broadway when things don't work right away.
They're gonna fix it
because they're always doing something to like constantly adjust or
you don't know when it's gonna happen. Will change but you know that it's coming for sure.
Yeah.
Like Broadway's not afraid to experiment, which is why I like them.
Yeah, and that's what has led to so many great models from them. Like all the Pensy models, like.
Pensy's just their specialty.
Their Pensy models are amazing.
Like,
which is to be expected. Broadway Limited is a Pensy train. Of course, they're going to do the Pensy stuff right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. Think of how many steam engines we wouldn't have if it weren't for Broadway.
Exactly.
Oh my god, so many.
Wouldn't have the
we only had MTH.
Wouldn't have the Class
that would be a nightmare.
Wouldn't have,
and the stuff they do is good. It's not just like it's not like River Rossi or something where it's like, oh, nobody else has done it, but like, at least they've done it. Like, no, they're genuinely good models.
Yeah,
they are.
They're not brass quality. Sometimes they literally are brass, but
well,
you know what I
mean.
Like they're not.
And they're not into a reasonable price range.
They aren't the rivet counter's wet dream locomotive, but if you're at that level of rivet counter, you're not going to be buying plastic models anyway.
Right. You're going to be buying all brass.
I think they genuinely make good products. Like even my Mohawk from years ago, I mean, it's old, so like the running quality isn't what it used to be, but like just the way it feels, it feels. Shut up! It doesn't derail. All right. Well, the only reason why it derailed is because it was too close. The connections were too close for my turns. All right.
So you ripped it apart and springs popped everywhere, and then you had to put it upside down, put it back together. I don't hear it.
You don't know the story.
Struggles for like 5 hours trying to just put the chassis back together.
Why won't the cam get back on?
When I took the screws off and I took the gear casing off, the motor fell out of place. All right,
Sam, oh my god, poor Sam. He has no idea.
So is this the Milwaukee S3, what we talked about the other day, and it has that fantasy white scheme that looked like really good?
Yes. So, sir, if we go further,
we talked about this, didn't we?
Also, can I mention
was that a daylight Gevo?
Abrasive,
maybe.
Can I also say their Niagara is amazing? But it's plastic.
Oh, here it is.
I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna buy one of these when they drop too.
Is this still brass hybrid?
These are die cast. These are die cast.
Die cast, excuse me, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the detail on this, bro. Like this is great.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't like these schemes, but I think they look good.
I would buy the white one. I mean, it looks nice.
The white one is the most
clean. It looks nice.
It's not the worst fantasy scheme I've ever seen because keep in mind Milwaukee did use these schemes on their passengers.
Yeah,
on their passenger equipment.
the Hiawatha's and stuff.
Well, that's
I'm pretty sure
we talk about Broadway
didn't the
being.
S3s pull the Hiawatha?
No, the 442 pulled the Hiawatha, I think.
Well, I mean, like
Oh,
later
God.
on, because keep in
Later
mind
on,
these
yes,
are World War
yes.
II engines.
Yes, you're right. Later on, they did.
I'm not.
Does
I don't
anybody
know.
have
I don't know.
experience with the Fox Valley Hiawatha?
Yes.
I've seen
I had
videos of it, and
I had a
it's
chance to
over.
buy one and I passed on it. I should have bought it when I had a chance.
Doesn't
think-
it have like soundtracks, like the Bachman card in it?
I
You
think
have to
the
buy it
sounds in it-
separately.
I think the sounds in it are trash because I saw the sounds in it, and it had like one Chuck for Revolution, and it's just
Yeah.
like, nah, we don't play that game here.
You have
And-
to adjust it. You have to. you
And,
gotta play the song.
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
how
anyway.
to adjust it. It doesn't work, but
What the colors in it?
I think they have.
It's one of those soundtracks, the ones they use in Bachman.
early,
like, not even
early
Bachman.
tsunami,
It's like
early
one of the OG
sound value.
early
Yeah,
tsunami.
gotcha. Yeah, those are rough.
So I would just like get it without sound.
Yeah.
But back to these, like the only problem I have with these S3s is that they're both numbered 261, and I already have 261, so they'd have to be another road number.
Yeah,
I'd dress
gotta
up
get 262, 263.
Yeah, that's my point. If it was 262, I would actually buy one.
Oh my
Not
God! Don't let
kidding.
that be the reason. Just decal it.
No, I'm not gonna re-decal an engine. All right,
Dude, he
I don't
can't
know.
even take it apart, let alone. No,
Yeah,
I'm just-
I'm literally that's
So,
my point. Hey,
the
but
thing
I
about-
took apart my S3 and I got it back together and it runs. All right.
Uh-huh. So we're talking
doesn't
about
run any
Broadway
better.
Limited being innovative and taking risks. Nobody ever talks about their fantasy schemes because they slip them in and they
Yeah.
look really slick. Like when they did it on the box cab on that Facebook announcement at the top, people were saying, "Oh, well, there goes just like Tyco doing all those fantasy schemes are going to go out of business." But those look great, and they sold out like immediately after they were announced.
And the Ghost
People-
Gray Big.
Those are
People-
all railroads that used electrics too.
But they
For the
didn't use the
record.
P5A, so those
No,
were
they didn't
fantasy
use
schemes.
specifically the P5A.
But-
But like Great Northern used Pensy electrics or
mean,
vice
I-
versa.
I hate
can't
that
remember
color
which
for
one it
Great
was.
Northern. Like I hate
I don't
that
like it either.
green and orange.
But it sold out. Like they were
I like
very
the fact that they did it.
successful.
And that looks a lot like one of
sellers.
their box cabs.
Yeah, and the Milwaukee one looks good. I really.
I think these all look nice. New York Central one looks nice too.
Yeah.
They
Like
all
if you squint, they honestly do look like real engines. Those railroads
and they're
could have used.
diecast. Like who makes
Yeah.
diecast? Well, MTH made diecast electrics, but I don't know. Wait, maybe they did. I don't remember.
I think
Feels
a lot
wrong
of
to be
MTH
talking about
stuff
this
is just
without
plastic.
MC here.
Like Broadway's the biggest diecast person.
look.
MTH was
Broadway.
Broadway
Broadway is just a very well respected company.
Mhm.
They're people. I think Broadway is kind of like the Lionel of HO.
yeah,
Honestly,
minus the some of the issues.
yes.
People complain about Lionel, and I don't know why, because they're the OG. I know sometimes stuff happens. There's
How can you complain about Lionel? Like, thanks for the entire hobby, guys. By the way, you're trash.
Yeah, the people who basically
having
DCC Thank you before for doing DCC.
did Mike?
Like-
am I frozen?
Yeah, you're
no,
frozen.
yeah, you are. Wow.
So this
my-
is the time in the podcast where a $700 camera cannot be charged anywhere except the physical battery.
Wait,
So-
time out, Sam. Drew, do you not have one of those wall adapters for your camera?
I have a battery charger.
So you need what I have, because I had it specifically for streaming. But basically, you just plug. You have a fake battery, or not a fake battery, but you've got a wall adapter battery. So it's just you just put that in there where the battery goes, and then you just plug in a wall charger, and you just have constant battery power the entire
But you'd
time.
think for that amount of money,
No,
they kind of
No.
have thought about it.
Xbox 360 style, just like
the
if
$500 or $600 you paid
you
for
want
that
the
camera.
rechargeable, you gotta pay for
That-
an extra.
That's not going to cover. That's cheap for a camera.
I need to switch over to my grainy laptop camera.
Anyway,
You look
gentlemen,
like me.
I don't
Gentlemen-
know what's the difference.
I should have told you this before, but I do have to go.
Whoa!
Being a adult now and having your own place requires you to.
You need to go out and mow the lawn.
No, dude, I was doing that. I was doing that before. Sam, God, Drew, don't you mow the lawn?
Yeah, that's what I do for summer.
Yeah,
summer
good.
money.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah,
I understand the time commitment which it partakes in your life.
but yeah, I gotta peace out, y'all. But this was, of course, a pleasure as always. So anyway,
Thank you for making the time out of your grown person lifestyle.
Don't worry. In another 5 years, you guys will understand what I'm talking about. True.
Right now, I'm just a sophomore who skips
Drew,
out track practice sometimes.
In 5 years, I'll understand, and then 5 years from now, it'll be 2 more years until Sam understands, and then eventually, at some point, Drew might understand.
It'll be a while.
Now, Drew, I want you in bed by 10. Okay. Oh wait, hold on a second. 10:30. Okay,
10 my time. I don't know what time it is for you.
Drew, you can stay up an extra half an hour, but after that, you need to get to bed. Okay. Brush your teeth. Okay. I don't want you going to bed, and no more cavities. All right, we had to get those fillers for you last year. I don't want to go to that shit again. All right, y'all. I'm out. I'll catch you later.
Your braces instead of going to Hawaii.
Have fun adulting. Oh wow, he just dropped out like that. That was abrupt.
All right,
he wasn't
now
even going to wait for you to drop him. He's gone.
Yeah, well, now that he's gone. Oh well. So I think we covered a lot of the stuff we want to cover. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with anything sounds, or do you just want to kind of conspiracize about Paragon 4 until we wind down to...
I really just want to see what they have in store before I judge them on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the thing with Broadway is that they're always changing, and it's been so long since Paragon 3 dropped that like everybody's joking and everybody's kind of theorizing that it's just going to be Paragon 3 with some quality control upgrades, but we have no idea. It could be literally anything. It could blow WoW sound out of the water.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
If it's an entirely new sound library, like you were saying, it's very possible that this could be the new standard for sound.
And I don't think they need to make it a whole new sound library, because some of the stuff they have is fine, but I feel like there's definitely changes that need to be made.
That Paragon 2 Class A, that whistle was...
Yeah.
That was genuinely one of the best Hooter whistles, I should specify. Yeah. One of the best Hooter whistles I've heard for any model.
It is very, very good. And I think that when they come out with all of these new sounds and with their new speaker enclosures where they make them sound good, I think I have a good feeling that this is really gonna, it might be possible that with these, and it depends on which models they're coming out with, for sure we can expect Big Boy, Challenger, and FEF, probably J, and maybe a Daylight or something like that.
I really want to see them bring some stuff into N.
Yes, that too. But just for starters, seeing some of those, I think that it's quite possible that if they do it really well and they take care of some of their quality control issues and they kind of, keep improving on their smoke, I think this will really, give Scaletrains more of a run for their money than we may have originally considered.
But and that's what I was saying earlier. I mean, I think having Scaletrains in the market, because MTH was great, but they always they fell into like a notch, right? Like, this locomotive is going to have these features and it's going to have 28 sound functions and they're all going to be, for radio chatter, etc. Like, it was kind of all the same thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like Scaletrains is going to take that and they're going to be like, no, this isn't cookie cutter because everything's different. So then they're just going to be, add on to that, give Scaletrains a run for their money, because from what I can deduce from it, they say they're just going to rerun it, but clearly from all the product research and development you can tell they're doing, I think we might even see some changes. Or significant changes as far as maybe tooling goes, or, significant changes in electronics that we haven't seen before, unique possibly.
We've kind of been complaining about how there's no promo videos and there's not really any announcements, but I think that might be due to the possibility that they are swamped right now with working on, making sure that Paragon 4 is as best as it can be. And even if it's just Paragon 3 with better quality control, is that a bad thing?
I would be completely fine with that. I mean, any sort of improvement, I don't care. Like, it's not that I yearn for any sort of improvement, but improvement is improvement no matter what it is. I mean,
because
that's how I see it.
I'll tell you right now, the S3 I have would be the best locomotive I own if it didn't have the issues that it did. And
for the international audience, what is cookie cutter?
Okay.
That means everything is the same. So, in model train terms, like a Tyco F unit, the same exact mold, but it just says Pennsylvania on the side, Union Pacific on the side, Southern Pacific on the side. Just, the same thing over and over again, disguised to look like something different.
We are comparing that to MTH's sound files, how they all have the same functions. They all kind of do the same thing. They all behave the same way.
Like towards the end, they used the same sound function or the same sound file, same exact sound file on the GS4 and the J class. And I feel like that was kind of where everybody's like,
really?
What? Yeah.
Because I know they did the Big Boy, Challenger, and J all the same.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about the Big Boy, but I know that the J class and the GS4.
And they kind of just botched
in terms of sound, like in terms of like the size of the locomotive and like the whistle it uses and stuff. Technically, it's not wrong, but also it's really wrong.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily wrong. It's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I think I would agree. But I think their recorded whistle for the Big Boy, Challenger, and J is closest to the J. I think it is closest to the J and second closest to probably the Challenger. But I have listened to recordings of the J where it sounds almost identical to my MTH model, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I think they could have done a little bit better with the Big Boy, but they're gone now.
But yeah, Scaletrains, it's our hope pulling through. But that's the other part of it is Broadway Limited is going to equally give them a run for their money as much as Scaletrains is giving it to Broadway Limited. Because I feel like what's going to happen is each of them are going to have features unique to what they have. Just like what we see now from Athearn versus Intermountain versus Scaletrains. They all sell an auto rack, but they're all completely different auto racks. So I feel like that's the best example of it because we really, in my opinion, have way too many auto racks. But when you take a look at them, they are all different.
And I think here's what happened because I felt like the confirmation of Paragon 4 was slightly rushed, not to.
I would agree because there hasn't. Well, and that's not a bad thing. I feel like if I had an announcement that big with everything they're saying it's going to be, and I'm completely confident that they're going to pull through with it, I would want to get that out as soon as possible, especially with their Dreyfus coming out. I feel like that was a good reason why they wanted to get some more orders on that before it actually landed.
But they did. It was kind of confusing because they came out with it and like had it listed as Paragon 3 and then changed it to Paragon 4 before. I think it's a bunch of confusion, but I also think it was due to the fact that Scaletrains bought the MTH tooling, and I think maybe it scared them, and I think that's a good thing. I think manufacturers should continue to scare each other, I guess, is the only word I can use.
And I feel sorry.
Yeah. No, it's just like I think if they continue to like frighten each other into thinking, oh, we need to really, pull through with Paragon 4, I think it will push the hobby forward faster and better than ever before.
I agree. I think this is going to pull us out of the steam locomotive drought is what I think is going to come out of here because we went through a diesel locomotive drought, in really the mid-2010s where it was just all ES44s, nothing unique from the transition era really coming out and the speed it is today. But then we saw Rapido come in and they're just pumping everything out. And then all of a sudden, more people are starting to do that. And I feel like that pulled us into a momentum that's still going today with all these new toolings coming out of these unique locomotives. And I feel like that's what we're going to see with steam, where as much as we love to have J-class after J-class after J-class, it would be nice to see an E7 Atlantic here or there. So,
I mean, I would love all of them, but companies also know what's going to sell.
yeah.
And, the E7 Atlantic, although it's a very cool locomotive, might be a niche model. And if they are, most people, not most people, but, people like me, didn't even know that existed before, talking to you guys. And I think that people like that aren't going to know that they want it until they confirm it. And they don't want to take the risk that maybe people aren't going to buy it and confirm it. And then they know that a J-class is going to sell, so they're going to continue to make them.
Well, what about, had you heard about the SDL 39 before Scaletrains announced it? How about the M420 before Rapido? How about the B36-7 from Rapido? I mean, all these locomotives, I never really heard of them before, but they come out and they're wildly successful.
How did you not know
I see
about
what
the
you're saying.
B36-7?
But I think
not.
Start. I think to start they will, and even Scaletrains admitted that when they start they will produce models that are very common, and I think that is what they will. I think that is what they're going to do for the next few years. I think they're gonna come out with Daylight, Big Boy, Challenger, J-class, maybe an FEF. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I agree, and I just feel like I wouldn't feel like it's a rerun from them because it's going to be different. Just like Broadway Limited versus MTH. It was the same prototype, but they were completely different models. So I feel like Scaletrains is working on things that they don't want to share, and it's really going to be completely unique.
And here's me hoping that 606, the Class J, comes as unstreamlined.
Oh my god. That would be a whole new tooling. They'll just give it to you without the shell on.
Specifically 606?
Because 606 was unstreamlined.
They all were.
Well,
at one time they all were, weren't they?
But I've only found
know.
pictures of 606, so that one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they were all unstreamlined.
An unstreamlined J-class would be cool, but whatever.
I would thoroughly enjoy it.
First run of it, it's sold out. Really? Model Railroad News is the only chance I have now to get one of these because I didn't buy one.
You can only get them from Scaletrains. You can't get them from.
Well, yeah.
So
I can't believe it's sold out.
606.
Yeah, I'm hoping because I mean it wouldn't be all new tooling for Scaletrains to make. I mean, it'd be almost all new tooling, but it would just be like, they could use the same base because it is the same engine. And
what I would like to see is a K1 and a K2.
Like the 462s that looked like the J.
The 482s, yeah, they're basically the same engine. I'm pretty sure, just with an extra set of.
Well, you could do that
whatever
yourself.
They're called, the trailing trucks.
You could buy a Bachmann J and put a
another driver
trailing truck on it, and then there you go. You got yourself whatever it is.
I wouldn't be surprised if Scaletrains ran an SDL 39 run, like pre-orders that they opened before this run came out, because it was successful. It sold out almost immediately. And then I think they're trying to run museum quality more because they haven't done one in 5 years, but that was wildly successful. And there's another museum quality turbine run in HO scale coming this spring. So hopefully that'll come out in the next couple months.
Who are the guys who run 611 again?
What?
Who are the guys who run 611?
Virginia Museum of Transportation.
Those guys. I want to see them troll the entire eastern seaboard and just take the streamlining off of 611 one day.
That'd be
that would be a wild reconstruction because then they'd have to get the new boiler jacketing, the unstreamlined.
Yeah, it would be insane.
Yeah, it would be.
But it would be really funny.
Well, right now they're saving up to get the positive train control.
Speaking of something similarly cursed, I just came across a picture of a Penn Central Hudson.
Is that like a real thing that happened?
No, it's a painting some guy did.
Well,
I mean,
think...
I saw a Pensy H10 that was done up in what was it? Southern Pacific.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Adam shared it. Adam shared it in the chat.
Well,
I physically hurt Adam now.
I think we're kind of winding down here, and of course we're going to go on for hours after we stop hitting the record button. But if it's okay with you guys, I think I want to hit one more topic and then wrap it up. Would that be okay?
That's good with me.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was like, before we go on to that, we should talk about Dean's comment.
Yeah.
What other models?
Oh, is he the one we were talking about the other day who collects brass?
Also, there's a Great Northern steam engine in that picture, and I love it. Your profile pic, I don't know what it is because I'm uneducated about Great Northern, but I love it. All right.
I probably stopped watching because we didn't address this comment.
Well, let's address it now.
I'm sure that's a Pacific.
It looks kind of like a Pacific.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love it.
I'm trying to ID the one behind it.
It looks like a Mikado to me.
It just looks like standard
the E7
USRA.
Atlantic because I've been obsessively talking about it in the chat. That's the one I want to see. Oh, he's here. Sorry, we didn't forget about you. I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, we're talking about it right now.
Okay, so you brought up the E7 Atlantic because I've been excessively talking about it. I really want to see it because all we have is a Mantua model, and those things sell for expensive on eBay. And it's Mantua, it's nothing special, but they sell for a lot of money. So the fact that something...
I'm going to propose an alternative, the E6S.
Yeah, any sort of Atlantic. It's all very
an Atlantic. Similar. It's the later version of the Atlantic, so it would look better alongside like a K4S or an I1SA or something like that.
Oddly specific.
You want something...
And also, number 460 specifically, I'm pretty sure. Is that the one that raced the plane, or was that one scrapped? I know one of the E6s raced a plane from I believe it was Washington to New York.
7002.
And it was a really impressive thing.
Museum.
It was I'm pretty sure that's the engine.
So that's why it's so popular. It's that one in 1223. Any Pennsylvania person has wanted one of these at some point. And they've each, I don't even think there's been brass runs of either of them, and if they have, it's not been recently, as in the past 3 decades, I'd say. But so 1223 is a 440, but it's kind of it's really hefty. Like Bachman's 440 is kind of really thin, but this one has a bit more bulk to it.
You would have if you were to do a Pensy 440, you would have to do a Pensy 440 because they were their own thing.
Yeah. So the D16 class.
D16, that's what it was.
So it's the E6 is what 7002 is. That's the one that raced a plane, and the D16 is the 440. And the reason they're so popular is because they excursion together until the 90s, in which both of their boilers were found to be faulty, and because they were in preservation, they don't want to go through to fix it. So they're just going to rot in that building for the rest of their lives, not sour about that one. But a lot of people have
man, we really went from
them, and they would be good selling as a product
running to none.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were 1361, obviously, then those two, and wasn't one of the Long Island Railroad ones running, or is that a newer project?
Oh yes. So the
Long
Island Museum of Transportation. I think it's a Pennsylvania Railroad 280. Like it's a consolidation. But it looks a lot like a K4. Like it might even be a 284. But it's kind of it's about the size of a K4.
Are those the 10-wheelers? The Chiefs.
No. So it's Long Island. Just look up Strasburg, Long Island. It'll pop up. They had to raise $1 million within a year, and then Strasbourg would match the donation, and they would restore it, and then it would be on one of those quote indefinite leases to Strasbourg.
That's the G5.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the G5 460.
it was
Those ones were used
to Pennsylvania, or at least to Long Island, by the Pennsylvania Railroad. So it's a Pennsylvania class that was run under Long Island.
Mm-hmm. That's one project I really want to see done. That looks.
It has a lot of support behind it, but $1 million is a lot of money. So,
when you're talking about steam locomotive restorations, $1 million isn't the worst for a locomotive that size.
Yeah.
But you know,
didn't the big boy take like 40 or 50 million? Like, I thought it was like way.
They effectively had half the country backing them on that project. So.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. But I don't know. I think like an E6 Broadway
89 is it?
Cool.
The one that
what's this? Cross Mafia ML4000. Cross Mafia.
The crowd.
4000.
That's the Southern Pacific one they just.
Oh
restored.
yeah. People hate Pennsylvania Steam who aren't into Pennsylvania Steam, but I feel like, Broadway was so, like, they were the Pennsylvania people for the longest time. Like, that's all they were known for. And then all of a sudden just stopped. Yeah, Broadway was the Pennsylvania producer, and then all of a sudden silent.
You're kind of right. Paragon 2 era. Like, they were really
it was amazing.
They were really
and even into the beginning of Paragon 3 too, it kind of continued.
A little bit,
but in the past 5 years, it was just the steam locomotive drought. That's what we have.
I don't think we've gotten a single Pennsy steam locomotive in the past 5 years.
Well, they had that consolidation that could pull like bricks, but
that was like 7 years ago, though.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, they haven't had anything. It's just been big boys and challengers.
Long Island 35 and 39. That's the end.
I mean, MTH did one. We've got the MTH version. You can still get those for like $250, which is a really good deal.
Yeah, but I mean, I just wish they'd do some new tooling because they're not running the old stuff. Clearly, I don't know. They may not think it's going to sell. 7002 and 1223. They're going to sell really well. So
yeah, for sure.
I think they might never be produced,
or
they might be produced in the near future. There's no difference in the chances of anything, but I think maybe one day we'll see it.
Museum quality project. That might be what it is. But
yeah.
back to Broadway. Something I'd love to see them rerun the Q2. Back to the Pensy thing, I'd also like to see them rerun the TTT6 with some updated sounds and some smoke. Maybe not smoke. They can do whatever they want. I'll buy it. But I would really like to see them rerun that because that's a really cool model. What else? Like a J1E Hudson, but like do some more road number specific stuff there. Maybe like a Super Hudson or something like that. The extra thick one would be really cool.
You know what I would like to see is another Hudson we haven't seen before.
Yeah, well, the Vanderbilt would be nice if they make it.
And the
what?
Santa Fe, Frisco.
Yeah,
anything Frisco. I like
excursion
to see.
thing. Yeah,
anything Frisco.
I think they're more likely to make the Milwaukee one because they have the S3. But I think they're more likely to make the Baltimore.
Oh, to answer Dean's original question, T54. Final answer. Frisco T54.
Let me look.
I guarantee you have heard of it. They had.
All
there
that's popping up is
one,
like
there was
pictures
this
of
one in
tanks.
St. Louis.
Okay.
There was this one in St. Louis. They were running it.
Oh yeah.
They ran that thing for somewhere around 30 years.
Mm-hmm. No, it's just out in the middle of a field.
No, it's not.
I don't know what photo I saw.
1522, right?
Yeah,
It's the excursion one.
1522 and 7 sisters, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Cool. Well, is there anything else that you'd want to see from Broadway Limited? Or else I think we've really thoroughly covered Paragon for what they're
if
announcing
anyone
and
from
what we want
Broadway
to see from
Limited
it.
is listening,
We need a 1522 because I'm pretty sure only one manufacturer has done them, and that was Brass. And that was a while ago, too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that has never been done, but is also really, really cool.
702 and 1223. Those are my votes.
A 2900, a Santa Fe 2900. That would be. You could probably get away with using the same toolings as 3751. Honestly,
They're not going to try to get away with something. I think they're going to try to do it right.
I think if Broadway made a Berkshire,
like,
that'd be really interesting.
by get away with it, I mean visually they're almost identical.
Yeah,
the tender is different, and the 2900s are significantly heavier. But I'm pretty sure from like rail side, they're pretty much the same.
Is that the Western Maryland one?
Yeah,
that would be cool. Yeah,
I'd love to see that from Broadway.
And we might actually see that because there's going to be hype as if it runs because it's operational. But now they have to replace every single tie, which is a project in itself. So
Bogman already did that one though.
Athearn might. Well, I mean, when it was Chesapeake and Ohio, but Athearn might jump on that. Like, actually, they might jump.
I don't know. That would be a real shock.
They said they're coming out with a new steam engine.
Well, if anything, it could be. Like, it might even just be a retool of the 844. Who knows?
Just, for the record, if any of y'all get a Western Maryland painted H6, I'm disowning the entire group.
Okay.
Consider it done.
Consider it done. Well, is there anything else you guys want to say while we're live?
Love to see them rerun the 210.
I'm about to turn around and I'm gonna repaint my own C&O 2662 in Western Maryland. Except this one isn't even 1309. This is just a complete random other engine.
It's a turbine. You chose the wrong one.
No, it's same class. It's just not. It's not an H6. It's an H4.
Cool. Well,
it's got a Vandy tender.
Is everybody good?
I think I'm good.
But I'm good to go.
Good to go? Okay. See everybody next week in some way, shape, or form. We're either going to be talking with George Bogatuk or Scaletrains Conspiracies Part 2.
We'll have a scrap heap podcast.
Oh my God. Please consider subscribing. You don't have to hit the bell button. I don't do it for anybody. Just, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Whatever. Bye.